It's amazing. Like if a normal stock actually moved this much, we'd be like in full-blown panic city. Like this was back in the 18th. Like it's the 24th today. This was $15. Now it's back down to $10 again. So like, I don't know what's going on. This is right before the announcement. We gave it all back. You know, I was basically trying to tell everybody, like, when this happened, you got to get out. Like, you know, we got super chats. We got whenever MSOS pops, all this kind of stuff. It's like, take advantage of the pops, man, because, you know, this is what the long-term chart of Tilray, you know, looks like. And it's just, it's nasty, right? I mean, sure, that's good. Like, we split there, 1 to 10 down here. It's just like, if you go over, let's just go over a monthly chart. I mean, Tilray had its boom, like when marijuana was legalized and all this kind of stuff, it was crazy. Like we got up to $3,000, and this is always split adjusted pricing, right? But like that's $3,000. It's $10 today, you know? So like this has been a real rough ride for the space. But then if you zoom in just a little bit closer, of course, and you look at a daily chart for Tilray, you'll see that we're well off. I mean, its low rate there is 350, so you're not even close to that. So it has had, you know, if you're going to talk about a year, its year hasn't been great, of course, but it's a nice move upside. And if we go all the way back to 25 right here to start the year, you know, you're at that $14 or $15 mark. You just had an opportunity to break even on it. Then it came right back in. So I don't know if these spikes are going to come back at all, but I think it's just a shot in the dark here with Tilray and some of these cannabis names. You either believe in this space and you know more about it than I do, or you don't hold the shares at all, you know, or you go short. I don't think it's a long. So, but if you guys like that, then all good right now. Tesla's in Santa Claus mode. Is it going upside right there today? I don't know. Let's have a quick look on Tesla.
It's been trending up for the last...
Yeah, 488. Yeah, Tesla could get going. I mean, we weren't expecting this one. NASDAQ being flat, Tesla up right here, 0.5%. So yeah, maybe this is the name that goes today. We'll see right now for Tesla. But all right. ASTS, here we go. Appropriately titled to the moon.
Probably not that far.
No.
Good look here for AST, Space Mobile ASTS, as the boys were mentioning, after they launched Bluebird 6. This is the largest ever satellite to be deployed in low Earth orbit. It's capable of delivering high-speed 4G and 5G cell phone signal directly to unmodified smartphones. We've been talking a lot about this on the midday show, the disruption to current telecom companies from the likes of Elon Musk and now ASTS. The satellite, which is thrice the size and has 10 times the capacity of the 6 satellites that it currently has in orbit, launched from India, guys. Launched on a Vehicle Mark III rocket. The company said the satellite is designed to enable peak data rates of up to 120 megabits a second directly to standard unmodified mobile devices supporting voice, full data, and video applications from space. Adara, not a bad look.
Not a bad look at all. And apparently this successful launch of the Bluebird 6 does mark the start of AST Space Mobile's next execution phase, which is going to keep the company on track to deploy 45 to 60 satellites by the end of 2026. They're going to do a launch every month or 2 months. And it's also worth noting this company has a lot of deals with a lot of heavy hitters. Apparently nearly 3 billion subscribers are represented across their base. They do have strategic partnerships with AT&T, Verizon, Vodafone, Rakuten, Alphabet, American Tower Corporation. So lots of partnerships here and lots of deals for AST Space Mobile. Looks like they're only ready to grow in 26.
All right, guys, 5%, $90 high here in the pre-market. What's the setup?
Well, I mean, the same thing we talked about with Intel kind of applies to ASTS too. Like there's not a ton that is moving or gapping in a larger way. So that 5%, it's going to stand out like a sore thumb. Weirdly enough, it's not weirdly enough. I liked it better when it was at 88. I'm being real about it because it had a clean double top that I think you could pull back into. I was like, yeah, you look at the double top at 87. You're sitting at 88. Kind of go long off that for a bit of a push. Well, in the event that that push has happened, I'm still hopeful that we get like one little dip and rip, like a microcosm of what happened yesterday, where you get this dip and then absolute like rip your face off to get back to the high. I'm looking for something like that off the 87, 88 area on ASTS. I think as a proxy, I might also look at Rocket Lab as, like if this doesn't come back and give some kind of a VWAP trade or a dip into that prior high, then RKLB could end up being a bit of a backup because that's got a similar like double top from the last couple of days, and that's at 78. So it can play off that 78 if it turns out that ASTS has already gone to the moon and I've missed it. So yeah, I'll be looking at these two names. there's not a heck of a lot that's going to be gapping higher, and also has trend going with it. The entire space, not region, but group of stocks have been incredibly strong. For the last, I mean, it's not even just the last few weeks. Like, they've all been strong for the last couple of months in here and making fresh highs. So ASTS has a chance to get the highs. Rocket Lab, of course, is already broke, but those are the two I'm watching.
Yeah, like I had ASTS written down here at, like, I wrote it down earlier. I thought I was writing down like pretty conservative, or actually aggressive, prices with 85 and 86. And now we've just taken off here. Volatile open, I thought we could definitely get this 85 to 86 range there. Successful launch. I think these are just getting started, right? As we get mobile, it's going to be more and more popular. Internet up in the sky, the communications between satellites needs to be made, and if Astis can get that going and just kind of like be the fiber of the sky, I think that's just a great opportunity for them. And obviously, that story has been told all year. Nice move. Like this has been like $20 up to 90. So just a great move for ASTS. Sure, we're not at the highs, but you got to be happy with the way this name has moved in the last week. So from $60 up to 90, that's 50% right there in a week. There are names that we have to watch out for. ASTS, RKLB. Like it's too late to be like, this is the new space, because I just told you it went 50% in a week. But like Rocket Lab also, saying, hey, hold our beer. We're doing the exact same thing. We just went from $50 to $78 on Rocket Lab in that same week. If you come over, was that Ramin over there? Come over here and just like, there goes Rocket Lab, right? So we have the robotics tailwind. We have the space, and it's just going to continue to go higher, especially with SpaceX and Tesla thinking about an IPO. But thank you, everybody, for joining us. Make sure you do hit the subscribe. We're trying to get that 5. I mean, I don't know if we can do it today. It'd be nice if we could. Yo, what's up, Donald? Right here. Look, even Donald's got his. Oh, that's not from today? Oh, okay, hold on a second. Oh, if I refresh it, it's going to show the show playing. Oh, no, here it is. Okay. Oh, she changed it.
Oh, yeah,
Jensen right there. Happy Santa Claus rally there. I'm going to hit the like button. But see, it's 548,000 subscribers. So if you have not hit that, man, over 6,000 watching right now, hit the like button.
You brought gifts.
And then also hit the subscribe. Like, we could do that today. Let's do that today for Christmas, man. All of you guys have been watching. Most of the viewers that have been watching have been, hitting the subscribe button. Let's keep that going. All right, so just some early trades, man. Oh, we do have the imbalances. So I'll just check those out really now quickly to see if anything else changed. Nike with a big buy. That might be the thing. That could definitely slow down, right? It's getting held up by this bid right now. So we'll see if that does hold out. We just talked about MSOX. That's the weed names. Other than that, man, I was hoping to see a little Apple or Nvidia or Meta on here, but yeah, this is bad. Like not bad, just light. Like we'll see millions on here when it's important, and today there's nothing. Snapchat down to 7. I like Snapchat at $7. But yeah, okay, there we go. That BIL is just a treasury, so there's nothing going on with that.
Every day.
Yeah, it just gets hidden. Like, we don't normally care about it. We don't either today again. But yeah, so I'm looking for. I just want to go over a couple quick trades. Throw back 1 minute left. Intel, any short that we can get, we'll wait for a pop. Google, any kind of long we can get, we'll wait for a dip. I'm at 314 right now. Astis with the bid, and then the Qs with the bid. But the Nasdaq's falling down a little bit, so maybe let's give this a little bit of time. I think it's going to be range bound, and that's not rocket science. The market does close today at 1 p.m.
That's right. Just over 30 seconds to go. Nvidia just dropped about $1, so that's getting back in. One of the strongest names in the market. That's going to bring the market back a little bit. Someone had asked about silver. I'm going to go with exactly what happened the last couple of days. If it trends down, I'm just looking for a trend reversal. It's been selling off every single morning, and it already filled in the gap once. So any trend down, the second I see a trend break, I just want to try that long. Silver, another all-time high. Whatever, it's how many times have we said it? Silver just continues to make all-time highs. So it's the day before Christmas, and we're about to see whether the market wants to give us the goods. Ring that opening bell right about now.
Yeah, our opening bell is brought to you by Origenics. So shout out to Origenics and thank you for your continued sponsorship up in here. All right, so yeah, we're ready to go, man. We're kicking out now. The market has opened up. Google does make that move through 314 as the market pulling back quite aggressively. This is the level that I wrote down. So we could be long right now. I'm going to give it a second just to make sure that we are. Look at the NASDAQ, though. The NASDAQ is popping right there. Is it Tesla? Okay, so Google's the one going downside. Tesla's going upside.
Tesla just hit 491, but already
491. Okay.
Wow, that was crazy. 490 to 489 to 490 and a half. Like, it's all over the place. Liquidity is interesting so far here. I'm just kind of chuckling looking at the tape here. But going absolutely crazy is Tesla to the upside. NVIDIA continues to fall. So that's still looking incredibly weak. There has no pop whatsoever in Intel to try to get short. I'm sitting at 55, 35, 55. So NVIDIA going down, Intel not really giving you a chance to get in. ASTS is gone.
Oh, is it?
91.5. Where's Rocket Lab? Remember, if that goes, I'm going to take a shot at Rocket Labs here if I can. So Rocket Lab broke. Might try to jump into this one off of VWAP because if ASTS is already gonzo, you might have to play a sympathy play. So a bit of a breakout here happening on RKLB. Like look at Astis. So by the way, when we say Astis, we're talking about ASTS.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Obviously.
I'm going to give Intel a little bit of room here. We're short at 10s. I played real small. Like again, it's 9:31. I'm not trying to. I even said like we're gonna have to try to be patient today. So we're not gonna, sort of blow this off right here to too high. Like I'm not gonna let this thing really get going. That pre-market high is 35.60 right into there. So that's the 200 period moving average. So we'll get a couple shares as it gets into that space. But, the one move that went to the downside that did surprise me the most, of course, was Google. So that just kicked right through that 314. And this is like, I'm done sitting here. Even though I marked down 314 that I liked it, like I'm done sitting there like getting run over if these kind of things happen. So now we just have to wait to see, what exactly the information that Google wants to give us is available or not at these levels. So here, okay.
A big reversal by Tesla.
Okay, well, yeah, and it's a big reversal by Intel as Intel just shoots right up. So my average price right here is 25. Like I'd be pretty happy with that, but we're coming into those pre-market highs of 60 again right now. We did initially want to wait till 36s as we wrote that down.
Wow, Tesla.
Yeah. Oh, big. Okay, go over to Neil's because this is just going higher.
Yeah, I mean, I'm into Intel as well as that's starting to really come to the upside. But I got to show you guys Tesla because I'm sure a lot of people, I didn't even look at the chat, but a lot of people are probably watching that. Rocket Lab just failed, so it looks like it's going to be ASTS and nothing else, everybody. But I'm just showing you, look at the reaction. Remember I told you how bad liquidity was on Tesla on the way up? Thank goodness no chase. Because there was nobody. It was going higher, but there was nobody on the bid. Like, that's the wild thing about it. But here comes the gap fill on NVIDIA. Sorry, NVIDIA. I want to keep Tesla up here because I think there might be a reversion play for us. But here comes that gap fill for Intel. 36, that's the prior low. I'm in at the $0.50 right now off of this prior high on Intel. But wow, that is one heck of a rejection on Tesla. You do not see that very often, I got to tell you. That's wild, because it's not even like it was.
What price did it reject that?
There was no specific price. Like it broke 490, but the body is here at 488.50. Like that's what's so crazy about it. Insane.
Yeah, the market went all the way up into those pre-market highs as well and faded back out. And then, like, what a little dramatic move there, NASDAQ off the open, all the way up, all the way down. Like we just moved like basically 100. That's 25,780. And that's 25,830. So actually it's not, as far as a handle move, it's not that much, but it's just pretty dramatic back and forth. It just shows you that there isn't so much liquidity hanging out in this market right now. So we're in trouble here with Intel because
there's no liquidity.
We wrote down 36, and this is just drifting higher here, trying to test the old patience.
By the way, ASTS just gapped the whole thing as well.
Back in?
Yes. Okay. ASTS just dropped $4 too. Like everything is, like the strong stocks are gap filling the other way. So you know what? I hate being front end of this trade. It's like annoying being front end of this trade. But might just have to let a couple of candles come in to settle it down. Because like I said, liquidity is an absolute premium. I know Sidhu is one of the names. Sidus Space is the name of the company. They had an offer in a couple of days. I know that's one of the top names people are looking at. It's through $2. It's also breaking higher. We're also talking about Tim Cook and Nike. Just wanted to cover some other things. Nike's up 3.5%, and that's also going higher. That's looking very strong. Tim Cook making a stake, and then it was Something Swan was the name of the other executive.
Robert Swan.
I'm apologizing in advance. I'm only chuckling because one of my favorite characters on Mad TV was Mrs. Swan, and that's the only reason I remember that other guy's name. Like, oh yeah, Mrs. Swan. Mad TV was a great show.
Yeah, I didn't. Unfortunately, I don't know enough about Mad TV. Like, it was just one of those things where I was in it, but
What? No.
No. Like, I know Mad TV, but like I don't know the characters like the same way I know like in Living Color or like the
it's Key and
Chappelle
Peele,
show.
man.
Or I know, and I love Key and Peele, man.
I'm just surprised. That's all.
Yeah. No. I'm sorry. That's why I said that because like I'm like fully here to say like
Tesla is.
off.
Oh my goodness. I can only imagine if you took a Tesla breakout today. Wow. Like if you took any kind of a breakout on
Yuck.
Tesla,
Oh,
it
is doing something.
That is nasty. That is absolutely the poke it doing nothing stick. What are we crazy?
Yeah. No, it's
No, Tesla is
good look, but
absolutely
yeah,
doing
it's
something.
doing something for sure. We are now in the money on Intel, like believe it or not. We've taken hits though on it, so I had to average some out, man. Like it went right to 36. Like if I was just honestly,
I hate the front end of the trade.
Christmas, like I was gonna say like New Year's resolution, but like I've already made this. Like I need to be a lot more patient with the levels. Like, and I said even to Marissa, like poor my wife, like she's always had to listen to me talk, and it's just like she knows the business. We met actually trading. It's just like getting involved way too early into these names, and I was just like, well, maybe nothing's going to be happening today, so I wanted to punch that short in Google, and then we averaged it back, in Intel, and then we averaged it right back in right here once it hit the 50. And then the 200 is like, I like that. And then I look over to my note and I'm like, well, now we're at 36. So this is the level that I actually like. So I'm not going to punch out on the way up as we get into 36. So, excuse me, we try to do our best to average in without like, last thing you want to do is put like a 4-figure hit or something on your head, right, to start off on Christmas Eve. So we're going to cash some out right now, and you can cash me outside on this trade. And I'm just going to take a little bit more out.
Bitcoin is dying.
Not yet, money yet. But yeah, we are starting to do it now to the downside. Let's see how far this one can go. But yeah, great look on Tesla, finding the sort of the hot mover early.
We got a super chat in there. I don't know if we can throw that one up from Micron. I'm not on the page. I was just looking at, honestly, Tesla. But Micron is absolutely flying. So look, there's actual movement. The NASDAQ might not be doing much. We've basically just gone back and forth and rinsed the overnight levels here on the NQ. Same thing with the ES, but Micron going absolutely ham. There was no particular catalyst I'm aware of, but it's another day and another all-time high for Micron. The memory space is definitely winning. I'm just going to quickly double check back on silver. Yeah, it's still going down. All right, so don't want to catch a falling knife here. We'll let this one settle. Like a lot of things are showing a distinct lack of liquidity. And when that's happening, you don't want to get too wrapped up trying to like guess at a bottom. I'll look for some kind of a turn, like a bottoming tail candle down here. But you're at support on silver. So I'm looking to engage in this in some kind of a dip buy, just not yet. Like I might need to see another candle through the low instead of when we're at the absolute low. We're getting another super chat.
Yeah,
I really got to
like
get that page up so I can throw them up there as well. But thank you very much. 69.
Yeah, no, $69.
Thank you for all you do.
Yeah.
$69, and then the most
Z124
name ever.
Yeah,
then
sleeping
V's
124.
I was able to get a good reload on Intel there. It did another. Intel just came
went to
right
80
in.
again, eh?
Same
Yeah.
topping tail, but it can't bust VWAP. If it can't break VWAP, then I should be out at least half in front of the volume weighted average price on Intel. So I'm going to do that. So I'm now out of half. I wasn't. I was only taking a quarter. A lot of times for Intel, I'll want to hold to the low, but I feel like today, if you get something on that opening push, I'm going to grab half out, then I want the other half out into 35. ASTS, where's my It's a Trap button? I don't even have it up there.
What, you don't?
Where is my
It used to be like the thing you hit all the time.
Thank you.
There it is.
Oh, where
You got
it
to
is.
find it on your own.
No,
there.
but what a trap that was.
Oh, is it back to 85 yet?
Okay, why is it still going? No, it's back. It is back to 85, but I don't know why that kept on going. Complete false breakout on that.
I actually like that 85. 85 is what we wrote down for ASTS, so it's right there right now. And we wrote down literally 85 to 86. So maybe if we're going to do that, we said that we would be a little patient on these kind of trades today. So ASTS right there, we can step in, you know, as Neil and Sharif, and I guess everybody likes to say wet the beak in and around these areas. But all right, so I'm going to go to 84.75. If we break that, then we're going to get out. So we're going to try to see what winds up happening right now. Oops, it's already going down through 84.75. Okay, well, here we go. Astis definitely hitting the slopes right now to that downside. So yeah, just trying to get this all figured out and see what winds up happening on a stop out. Let's just try to use 84 then. We don't have that many shares, but yeah, it's definitely gone against us.
You
so
shouldn't say wet the beak.
Not good.
Because you're not like Don Fanucci. Don Fanucci was a punk.
Okay.
He's the guy from Godfather 2.
Right. I need to do better. I didn't know. Wetting the beak. Do we even know where that came from?
It's Godfather 2. Don Fanucci.
Oh, that scene.
The dude
yeah.
was literally like, he was such a douche.
Somebody, isn't it?
Yeah. He was like, you make sure you wet my beak.
Astis is going to go down here.
And then what's his name goes, wow, silver can't catch a bid. The market's catching a bid, but everything I'm looking at cannot seem to catch one. Nvidia's going down.
We want Intel to catch an ask here.
I'm still befuddled by what's going on here with Tesla. Tesla continues to drop. Tesla now at 481. I feel like on a day like today, you just need one good turn and you're good to go. But I'm going to stay away from them and stick with the one that I was more interested in initially, which is silver. So just looking for any kind of a bottoming tail candle here to try to get in. Still, Intel won't break VWAP, so it took half out there and it's bouncing off VWAP again. I might give it one more reload. Up in that 3/4 range, 35, like 75 or so. But I'm hunting for this bottom on silver as we speak. But there are some strong names out there. Micron's having a good day, clearly, but not so much Tesla. Definitely not some of the space names that we're going, and not yet silver. Although there you go, there's a bit of a trend break for silver. Right, just gonna get in. I'm not gonna give to the prior bar low. I'll kind of give it to this body underneath here because way too volatile to get destroyed on it, that's for sure.
Yeah, we just...
Remember, it's a holiday. It's a half day today.
Yeah.
So everything is...
We're actually only on for 20 more minutes. So congratulations.
We're not getting it.
For you guys here. So, okay, 83... no, I'm going to the gym. 80... So right here, ASTS, we did... Well, yeah, exactly. I can pick it up on the way back. But 84, 85, we just lost it right there. We got out at 84. It's a $1.50 hit, but it's on... like 10% of the shares that we had on Intel or something. It's really light trade right there, but the market is starting to head back to the upside right now a little bit. So watch out there and see what winds up happening with the NASDAQ. We did put down on the TQs that a trade today could have been 54. I don't know how low it got there. So not even close. So it seems like the market is trying to do stuff, but it's not really. That's the other thing. Like these are small moves in the broader the scope of it, like, yeah, because we're now flat. Like the most I've seen this NASDAQ go up is 0.2. So 0.2 up, 0.2 down, and we just kind of hover here, which is different than what we've seen in the past, as we've obviously seen.
Tesla's still getting whomped.
Oh, Tesla's, okay. Well, let's hope that Intel gets hit soon. 481?
Nvidia is breaking toward the low of the day as we speak. So
what is
Nvidia
going
heading
on?
Toward the low.
What's helping this market then? I mean, we had Google written down 314. That's at 312 right now.
Apple.
Only Apple. Well, okay.
Well, I'm just saying it's Apple's up 0.8.
I was like struggling to find like that story there about like when we talked about the service revenues and everything, and I was just kind of like, look, I like Apple. I don't know why it's kind of doing this over the last 2 weeks, but it went from 290 down to 270, and now it finds its voice and a bid coming through again. So okay, we did have what was that? We finally did get a reload there on, I pushed something, I gotta go find what that button was. We did finally get a reload right there. Yeah, it's this one. Huh? Okay, I have it marked down as Travolta. So that we used to have a guy like, looking around there, but I guess it's the Travolta one now. So there it is, man. We did get a reload at 75. I was also waiting at that very top. We do have an 88 or whatever that fill is there. What is that fill? That fill is 84s. So we got an 84 there and a 75, and we just hit a 53 out, or 55 out there, sorry, as I put my orders in and layer them. So 57 that was. So now let's wait to see, like VWAP is right here at 45. So let's put a bid down here on Intel, and we'll see if we can catch another one. Oh, I'm actually at 53s. So if that comes in, you know what, let's pull the 53 and go a little bit lower than that right now. See if we do wind up breaking. We'll go to 45, put a bid there at 48s and see if we get that fill right now. So let's see if Intel continues to move down. I mean, Google's moving down. You mentioned for some reason NVIDIA's getting to the downside. AMD, a lot of traders like to trade, and that's been a pretty aggressive name. But look at today. It's just like, yeah, you keep saying Tesla. I think that might be the right thing to look at because Tesla right now is the one that's moving. Like that,
Maybe
that's a chart right
like
there.
There's the bottoming tail candle into 480. I was like, oh, it might be trying to break trend. But no, immediately kind of loses that prior bar. Like what you want to see happen is get the close above this prior bar close, and then I think you have some sign of a turn. Like that's what I was looking for in silver. It happened, but it can't bust VWAP. Wow, look at all the weakness, man. You couldn't get to VWAP, so I was able to grab a turn in silver, but it couldn't break through the volume weighted average price. Another bounce off. Yeah, I'm taking another layer out. I only have like down to 40% on Intel. It keeps on holding that higher low. But even when you grab a bottom in here, we're not following through on SLV. Tesla might be doing a better job of it here. It is looking like it's going to close above that 481. So sometimes what will happen is it'll close this candle and it's already at 483. I'm not chasing that. I feel like if you chase it, then all of a sudden you're risking $2.50 instead of 50 cents to a buck, and that's not going to be my cup of tea. But Tesla trying to bounce, NVIDIA trying to bounce. What's Astis doing? Not even remotely trying to bounce. This also doesn't have a green candle in it. Just looking for where a level could be. Yesterday's low was 80. You could do worse than that if it gets down to $80. That's for sure. Wow, no bounce at all in Tesla. None. Just continue to fall.
Yeah, that's strange because we don't really have that story about Tesla, right? I mean, so I don't know what's going on there. We just missed another 50 fill there on Intel. Hopefully it just swipes down and we get that 50 and that 48 and all that kind of stuff. So, you know, as Tesla moves to the downside here, Rivian's kind of, I mean, it's down 0.8. So I think it's similar to what Tesla's down, right? Tesla's down 1.1. It just looks more dramatic because this is straight downside right there. I mean, I need Kathy to call back here again, like figure out what's going on. Like, you're not sitting over here buying this name or what? Like, Tesla on its move lower here, that is for sure. All right, I'm going to take another piece. I'm just going to offer 56s now on Intel. I just don't want to get this, well, of course, I choose ARCA. There we go. Did we get filled there? Yes, we did. All right. So out more at 56. Let's see if this one can go. We're still flat on this name. The only other trade that we've had is ASTS today, and that's just doing this, which ain't much right now. Like my scanner right here, just the alerts are like the Qs, Qualcomm, AMD, Shopify, Roblox. Like they're all just kind of either hitting moving averages or.
You know what's the fail rate?
The other alerts I have are VWAP. Sidu, okay, yeah, I mean, that would make sense. I mean, there's ASTS to the downside. Sidious might be something else. And let's just see if Rocket Lab is doing something, and I'll throw it over and we'll look at Sidu. Yeah, so Rocket Lab's also pulling back. So we'll hold on to this Intel trade. I still think that's going to be a good winner for us, but we did have to sort of absorb that huge move higher right now. Make sure you do hit the like and the subscribe. And then just quickly over here, as Neil's going to talk about Sidu, Netflix also down 0.7. So I think it's just a lot of profit. I don't know if it's profit taking or what, but people getting out of some of these names here today that we weren't expecting. Like I didn't expect Google to make that move, nor Tesla.
Maybe they're profit taking and then they're doing their last minute Christmas shopping. Although, hey man, your trades will have to close and settle. But Sidu is trying to, Sidus Space, it's Sidu, is trying to hold on to $2 in VWAP in here. It's a ton of volume. It's done 19 million in volume, so it's pretty good. It just needs to bounce off VWAP. It might be a nice little play. Just got to go back to it in a quick little second. As silver is double bottomed, there's a couple of, the bottoming tail candles are identical off of this 64.6. So I went for the reload. Still think target VWAP, but I don't know if we're going to get it on the reload. Maybe the push to 65 is all we're going to get. We break the low, I'm jumping out of this thing. As for Tesla, it's starting to show some real signs of a bottom. So there's another bottoming tail, but this one through 480. So it broke 480 and closed right back above. This might be the one chance on Tesla to be able to go here. We'll see. If it can close green above this 481, then you will have at least a reversal candle to sink yourself teeth into. Yeah, reload no good in silver. I'm telling you, it may just be one and done. Like get the one trade and don't reload it. If it wins, it wins. But that second time, no good. But I'm looking specifically at Tesla because I feel like even a small reversion here gets you a couple of bucks and then you can move on.
Yeah, we were, I was just bidding 45s here as Intel does finally crack 50 and it bounces completely off of us at 45, which is the 200 period, or sorry, VWAP right there. And I was also waiting at the 200 period. So not sure exactly what we want to do here with this name. And of course, I am talking about Intel, just keeps on bouncing off these levels. So, all right, what about SMR? So let's get into some different names here, see if there's any sort of a movement in any of these names. SMR, yeah, flat there today, waiting to see if we hold 16. That could be a look there. And then one more thing here, and then we'll go back to Neil for a read here. But Palantir just hit as well on the scanner. So what's that doing? Nothing. I guess it must be hitting down here, showing us that we're hitting the 200 period moving average on our 5-minute chart. But Palantir, again, like, just eyes always looking to see if there's anything going on. We have Adara back there. If there's any sort of a news story that hits, she'll be all over that as well. So stay tuned. Hopefully we do get a little bit of a bounce back in some of these names, but the NASDAQ still going a little bit lower here. 87 just broke on Bitcoin as well.
Yeah, if you're looking for opportunities, you might want to do so if you're in Canada with some leveraged ETFs. And Beta Pro by Globex Canada is the largest provider of leverage inverse and inverse leverage ETFs. They've got 6 new triple leverage ETFs. You've got 3x bull exposure and bear exposure to the TSX, S&P 60s, semiconductors, and U.S. Treasuries. And we've been saying this for a while. You only got a couple of days to take advantage. Their management fees are dropping to 65 basis points end of year, December 31st. That's when that ends. You also get the benefit of currency hedging, so that gives you more pure performance and exposure. So hey, if you're a tactical and sophisticated trader and you are looking to amplify your performance, check out betapro.ca/3xdaily to learn more. And well, we'll see if Tesla's going to do it. But the first green candle that wasn't in the pre-market just came in on Tesla, breaking 481. That bar loses 480 and a half. So I'm in at 22s. It's kind of hilarious that I always end up with that number. I love the number. It's just weird. Like I always end up with 22s in front of an even dollar. But that one was a coincidence. So I'm going to try to add here 41. If this ends up being a trend break, because it's not really a trend break. All we've done so far is wick 480, finally put in a green candle and hold a higher low. So I want to give it to this bar, not the low of the day, and play into VWAP, whether it's a trend break or not. And then Intel just cannot seem to break the volume weighted average price. There it is. I'm not reloading it. Remember I said like silver, like when we got that first initial top, great. Reloading it was a mistake in silver because then the reload lost. So I don't want to do that with Intel. I'm not going to reload this one. If we break the high, I'm jumping out of it. Tesla trying to make a bottom here for the first time today. It's been pretty nasty for Tesla. I mean, a lot of names pull back, but I don't know. You guys let me know if something was nastier than this to the downside. I don't think so.
No, I mean, well, ASCS had a big move. ASCS went to 93.
True, actually, yeah.
ASCS is down 10% from its highs. So something there, but I don't know. All right, so yeah, I'm going to wait for Intel to get up to the 36 level, that one that we actually wrote down before we do anything else with that one. We should have got out a little earlier on that as well, as it, again, same trade as Neil, so what the hell. All right, yeah, Netflix, another move downside here today. Like, that's still bleeding lower and lower and lower. We can see if there's anything going on with WBD. Again, I did put a little bit more of Intel on, but it's at its height. It's at its highs right now. Warner Brothers not doing too much. We do know that there's that $30 now,
just no buyer
bid, but the deal's already done with Netflix, so they're gonna have to pay that $6 billion breakup fee now, $5.8 billion if they want to take the Paramount Sky. We had Larry Ellison come through and say, like, I'll guarantee that $40 billion there, and we'll move on. And it doesn't look like anything's going down with that one. There's PSKY. Paramount, so looking to get involved in the WBD deal with Netflix and Warner Brothers, of course, but yeah, not nothing. I mean, that's a nice move. That's not nothing, but I don't know how you sit there and pick that top or whatever. So we can kind of move off of PSKY right now. Futures doing what they're doing, so we'll just hit this, and that's not much, man. I mean, the last time I think I spoke about 10 minutes ago, and it was at this level, so nothing going on there. Then IBIT, Bitcoin 87. I was just saying right before we threw it to Neil there, I was like, well, Bitcoin's breaking 87, but we already did that. So yeah, now it's just kind of hovering back up here. We did have a nice break. We got down to 49, now bouncing back up. So there might be some love here for some IBIT at some point. And if you're looking for levels, I think someone in the chat before said, like, we got to play the wicks today. And I think that's probably right. Like, if you're able to pick a spot that you like, maybe just sit there and you will get, you know, an opportunity to get that price, just because once stops are triggered or whatever, you know, it is possible that you get like a little flush and then a battle right back. And that just goes to show there are trading opportunities all the time in this market. ASTS, I think this is a good sort of study on, you know, risk, and it comes into the levels. These are the levels that we posted up, right, matching. You know, these are the levels that we posted up, and when they don't hold you, you got to bail. So we posted up 85, so we were able to get 85.50, then we got a little bit more once that broke immediately at 85. Then I was like, oh, I was going to get out at 84.75. Fortunately enough, we wind up getting out on an 84 break, which is still good. That just like railroaded us real early. And the thing is, I didn't get involved until like 9:38. So I'm fine with when we got involved in this, but not fine, obviously, on the price action there. I was pretty positive about this name there today. So ASTS downside and wrong on that one. So yeah, boo earns on that as we continue to watch out for that. And then, yeah, good little reload. I'll get out of something here at 62 if we can on Intel, but I don't know.
It bounces view up again. It's got.
Yeah, I mean, I'm down there at 53 with like 10% of my order. I just wanted to.
View up is continuously rising.
Yeah, we just got a little bit of 70, so I want to take it out there. So we'll see. Yeah, no, the short's probably not good here, but we'll see if it drops one more time and we're able to get some more out here and turn this name positive.
If it has to be range bound, it has to be range bound. But even like Tesla in here, like the first green candle, I think that was, you know, waited for it to have a green candle and set up, but it immediately retook the lows. And I'm just sort of staring down the tape. Like it just, when it bounces, there was sellers at 482, and then they dropped 25 pennies, and then they dropped 25 pennies again. Like the sellers are still kind of winning, but the buyers are coming in here at 480. So I'm going to give it one more shot, but just look for maybe something different in the tape here in Tesla, which it looks like it could be doing. Nibble in here if I can in front of 481. The other thing I'm tracking is I had silver because it was bouncing off a level. It's now trying to break trend. So this is now, I now have 3 points on the trend line, which is usually what I wait for. And remember, on a holiday shortened day, it's almost 10 o'clock. Like that's, like treat that like almost like lunchtime. Like if you're not in, like for that mean reversion, like if I'm not in the mean reversion yet, I'm not going to force the action. But yeah, both these are trying to break trend as it is. And to me, like that's like that last shot, and then you go into like the lunchtime mode of trading, like that slower mode of trading. So it was always going to give it to the prior bar low, want to make sure we observe our risk, and consider you might get a little bit extra slippage as well on some of these. So like I'm not waiting for something to break an even dollar. Like I'm more than willing to get out in front. Ooh, you guys just saw that live. So see that gap? Like our limit order, we don't use actual market orders for stops. They're actual marketable limit orders. So what you saw in real time is that just crossed down. Like it's probably crossing like $10 or something. It's guaranteed that it's going to fill me. But yeah, it actually got filled at like 50 or something. But you actually real time saw it cross down like $5 or whatever the heck it is. And obviously silver is not going to end up breaking that trend for a long. So we're still back to the only thing that is doing anything, which is holding a level, which is Intel. Remember, hit that like and subscribe, everybody. And shout out to the greatest community in the world for reminding us that Sober is up 100%. At one point, I turned to Sean and I said, there's going to be some small cap stock. There's going to be some small cap stock that we hadn't talked about yet that's going to go like HKD ham. And it looks like it is Sober. These are the guys that do the... It's the devices on the cars, right? That's what they do.
Yeah,
what's the name? What's the name?
The blow breathalyzers.
Yes, breathalyzers.
Huh? All right.
It won't matter when autonomy comes.
Yeah, so the only story that we had, I thought today,
in a while.
Adair's busy doing graphics, and if there's anything hitting, I mean, there's nothing going on in the news. I was just letting people know that we've already sort of talked about this story here. Tesla just probes emergency door release, you know. Oh, model year 2023. Okay, that's not my model year. I thought it was maybe all of the cars, but yeah, so maybe you know, that could be the reason for this move down. When we took the story early, when we talked about this at 8 o'clock, 8:30, 9 o'clock, 9:30, like it was just, I didn't see it as being that big of a story there. to have this happen. Like that was released. It was on our watch list. This is a story that's happened pre the market opening up. And normally when you see something like that, it would have already been getting hit in the pre-market, not going up. And all of a sudden the doors open on this market, not like the Tesla doors. And then all of a sudden, whack, right there down into the downside goes TSLA. So yeah, I'm not sure exactly what the deal is right there with this, but yeah, getting hit down to 480, probably a buy in this zone. I mean, we talked about playing these wicks. It just wicked down to 479.50. So I know Neil was just covering that, but like that's, maybe you use that as your bid. We are almost, I'm bidding 53. If this doesn't fill me at 53, then we're not rolling over, dude. Well, you can roll over the stream, but there's only Joe here, so I don't know what to do at this point. I don't know where Sharif is at right here. We did message him.
I'm still sitting here.
Hopefully he'll. Yeah. We can always. Sure. Yeah. Okay. Let's go to Adara and then we'll figure it out. I mean, I could stay. It doesn't really matter. All right. So we'll wait for Sharif. We got Joe locked and loaded, Neil, myself, and Adara. It's Adara with Sector Watch or Happening Now or both.
It's only one, Sean. It's Happening Now. And before we get into Happening Now, I do want to take a moment to thank our friends at Oragenics, OGEN, because there are millions of concussions, but zero approved therapies. Oragenics, trading on the NYSE as OGEN, is advancing a new standard with its intranasal brain-first approach to concussion treatment. With an $8.9 billion market in the horizon, Oragenics is positioned to drive what comes next. See what's ahead and book a meeting today at Oragenics. Talk here about this S&P 500. We had a nice push higher here, specifically on the NASDAQ. I think it was pretty clear around 8:30 a.m. Once we get that, I think this chart might not be updating, so I'll see if I can get an updated chart here. Basically what happens here is here we go. At 8:30 a.m., we do get that lower than expected initial jobless claims print. That does buoy the market, even though continued jobless claims are a bit higher than expected. Here is the NASDAQ again on the 15-minute, pretty flat first bar. Second bar, though, trying to find a little bit of a base. So let's see if we end up continuing to hold this pre-market low around 621.70. That has been a level of support so far on the NASDAQ. Despite this being a holiday shortened session, there are actually quite a few interesting catalysts. So we'll start here with INTC. Initially trading lower here after a Reuters report suggested that NVIDIA has halted its testing of this 18A process. It's worth noting this is actually kind of a footnote in the larger report. It's only like the last couple paragraphs of a much longer report, which I do recommend you read if you're interested in INTC. But either way here, Intel trying to recover off those lows. NKE doesn't need to recover. It is at and continuing to make new intraday highs as we get Apple CEO Tim Cook, who's also an independent director on Nike's board, buying roughly $3 million worth of Nike shares on December 22nd, just disclosed via an SEC filing. Another nice look here today, UiPath, PATH, that's going to be replacing Synovus Financial on the S&P Mid-Cap 400, effective as of the open on Friday, January 2nd, 2026. So guys, make sure you make sure you subscribe. Happy holidays to all and happy tradings. We send you, I think, for now, back to the Grinch and Mr. Diehard.
It's Hans.
I'm not the Grinch. I mean, come on. I mean, no, we are the Grinch.
You know what
I'm trying to sell down Intel.
So the whole thing was they were dangling him and
steal some Intel
to get a realistic shot of when Alan Rickman was falling. They're like, we're gonna drop you on 3, and then they dropped him at like 1. So he was like genuinely like, what the heck? Right, although I kind of figure, like to me, anytime somebody says they're gonna do something like that, like I'm gonna do it on, I'm always in the back of my mind like, man, you're gonna do it on 2 with some nonsense. Like I would have been skeptical in the first place.
There we go. What
a great villain he was.
Yeah, here it is. Yes, this is so appropriate. I didn't even realize this was happening. There's our thumbnail right there. And I just said I'm the Grinch and I'm stealing all the Intel shares there today, but I'm selling them right back to you, hopefully at a lower price. So thank you, Ramin, for doing that. That is awesome for that one. So yeah, if you guys have not hit the like or how many subscribers? It's still 450, 448. Let's get to 549. If we can get to 549 today, that'd be awesome. Yeah, let's pump it up right now as the Grinch stole Intel. And today, good trade so far, honestly, at this top side. I mean, it is what we wrote down, 36. It's coming here about 3 times into the 80s right now, and every time we shorted. We actually are just covering, like the reason why we're red on this stock right now is I had to cover some of this. So we got a little excited early on that 35 break, and then we shorted it into basically this range top, and then we didn't have that many shares. So this is going to look like, oh my God, like how high did he hold himself against him? But you know, by the time it came back up here, this is when we started to load up the shares. So I was telling you, like we would have took like a 4-figure hit or so if it went up, breaking through this 36, but then we're able to get it out, and now it's coming back into the downside. So now we're okay with this Intel trade, and we like it. So hopefully that is okay there. And then the other trade that we had today was ASTS, Astis Space Mobile, ASTS Mobile, and that one had fallen right out. So the Grinch did steal Christmas for ASTS shareholders today. Although great, I mean, the Grinch didn't really do anything to Christmas, but it's a little bit of a move up. Like I said, 50% of a move. So the thing is like this launch was expected. And now that I'm thinking about this, the launch was expected. It was a success. It's already moved up 50% in a week. Probably did have to pull back, right? It's a whole like buy the rumor, sell the news. So the rumor is that this thing's going up in the air, blah, blah, blah. Everyone gets excited. It goes up there and it's like, okay, well now it's up there. So now what's the next story? So
At least it was successful.
oh yeah. I mean, if it would have not been successful, we'd maybe go the other way.
What was the company? I remember us being live, but I don't remember the name of the company that had a launch. But there was once a launch for one of these like satellite companies, and we were live. And I remember we were watching, and we couldn't show you the actual launch, but I was watching it on another thing because we couldn't show it to you guys live. And I literally watched it blow. I watched it explode. And by the time I could even try to have the stock up, it was like halted down. I'm trying to remember what it was, but in real time, it was nuts. It reminded me of that. It wasn't that, Fabian, but it reminded me of that episode of Billions, where they did like a spoof of like SpaceX. It was like supposed Elon Musk kind of character, and the guy was on the rocket that was going up.
Right.
And I think it was Bill. I don't know if you watched Billions. I think it was Bill.
Billions? Yeah, I've watched Billions, but I didn't watch the last season.
Big Bill or whatever his name
last
is.
two.
That
Yeah.
guy bet against.
So I was talking with Sharif here.
He had bet against the launch. We had shorted the stock, and like it literally explodes, but it's got the founder on the rocket.
Right.
Obviously the guy's dead, and he's going nuts celebrating.
Selling
he
it.
made like so much money.
Oh man.
It's like, dude,
I don't ever
Dollar
wanna-
Bill was his name. Like that.
Yes.
Guy was a character.
Yes. Okay. Perfect. Yeah.
It was totally based on Elon, that character.
Now it's ringing a bell there, but yeah, I stopped watching Billions. I probably should get back into it, like sort of when it started getting into the crypto side of things and everything.
Well, I stopped watching it when they got rid of Bobby Axelrod.
Oh, okay.
Can't-
I mean, must have been a contractual thing there. Like, why would you ever? Okay.
He's the entire point of the show.
That's what I was thinking too, as well. Yeah, give me Sharif's lottery ticket. I'm gonna scratch it for him. This guy's at the gym, so I don't know. Apparently, I don't know if who knew exactly that this was happening today at 10 a.m. We do it every single time. There is a half day, so Sharif is hopefully on his way back very soon. There's Ramin. She will be taking over.
Hey, Ramin in the house.
For there.
Get some keys, Ramin. Set you up.
She doesn't even have a mic, I don't think, here. So she's a. Oh, she has.
Brady Bunch
mic'd
up in
up?
here.
Oh, okay. So what's
Let's
up,
get some
Ramin?
Ram midday.
Ramin, give me a holiday tradition in Ramin's house. Nice, good. Yeah, we like traditions around here. So that's a good one.
Oh, is you're not?
Her mic is not on.
The mic on.
It is on. Maybe
Oh,
just unmute.
there it is. Now it's good.
I'm on
Maybe.
Sharif.
Okay. Now we're back on. So
They're at home.
Yeah.
yeah, they build
I don't wa-
forts
okay, I don't wanna
and
hear anything
watch great Canadian
You can't
movies
talk trash to us about mics after that.
about Mike.
Ever.
No, I don't think it was her. I think it was Fabian didn't have it turned on or something. I don't
I'm
know.
all set up.
Oh, it is Fabian's bad. Fabian immediately says it's his bad. He doesn't want any smoke from Ramin whatsoever. So,
Nobody wants
okay.
Right away.
And Ramin, how was the chicken salad sandwich that you had earlier?
I didn't have chicken salad. I had egg salad, and it was.
Oh, you did. That's right.
It just all fell out, so I just had bread.
Okay, because her and I were looking. We want the tuna, and there was chicken salad.
Well, there's going to be a bunch of everything. So
yeah, I thought it was tuna salad.
I always want the tuna.
I wish it was tuna.
Yeah, me too.
We eat enough chicken around here.
three.
Let's be real.
Right. Okay. So now that we have Ramin here, I mean, we don't normally have her here, so we're just going to go off.
I mean, I'm here. I have nothing better
Yeah,
to do.
yeah. I mean, hey.
There's nothing better to do. I can figure a couple things.
There's like a dozen donuts back there. I could be eating donuts right now.
Let's do Neil's scratch ticket there. Let's play some bingo, Neil.
No, here's the thing,
Fire
Joe.
up the scratch.
Joe, I appreciate the scratch ticket, but my daughter absolutely loves it.
Oh, okay, all right.
So like, yeah, like I want to make sure she gets the scratch.
All
We
right.
buy one on the way home.
And for Neil, for you, I'll make special deal, all right? We'll go 60-40 on that one. If you win 60-40, special deal for Neil because the daughter wants this.
How about this? We both pledge.
How about you just scratch it out?
No, here's the stipulation I want, Joe.
All right.
If my scratch ticket wins, then at least 10% has to go to charity. That's all I can.
If you want to send your 10%,
Well, what if
buddy,
it's
go
like
ahead.
$10?
And by the way, just launched, the Grinch just launched a charity.
Then I'll put a toonie somewhere. Or
Yeah, no, we'll go.
Yeah.
We'll go 5% each.
I'm a
right
charity.
there.
That's how I
Neil, I'm all about that. Ramin won $10.
I won $10.
So there's a nice
whole
percentage
dollars.
Pay
return right
Grinch.
there.
Grinch charity.
Grinch charity, yeah. So that's a good percentage return.
Grinch
Got
tax.
one
I mean, I'm
more.
stealing everything.
I don't know
Thank
where.
you so much. Thank you so
Hey,
much.
See you in today?
Bossier, Mike.
You see, with this
If
one.
this is not Summer Fridays, I'm not interested.
What is
Okay,
that?
this
She
is
is
better.
in
It's
today.
glossy.
This one is for her. I feel like this is the money one.
Okay, so I can do it. I'll ask her.
Ask
Let me
her.
Just call her.
Okay, message her and say like, "See ya, Joe. Got you a scratch ticket. We want to set that up." I thought I was gonna win the big prize on the other one, so a little hopium on that front. So.
Yeah.
All right, let's go Tesla here. We're long 2190s.
Are you long? Okay. Oh, you got the TSLLs going
See if we
on
can
there?
get this working out here today. Find a potential bottom.
okay.
Taking a couple attempts on this one. If we want to talk about a little trading here in the Christmas Eve session, guys, we're gonna have a little fun with it and see what we can get going. Maybe we found a bottom. 2180 is going to be that out, and maybe we can get a little pop up to 22s. Or the same is going to be extremely weak there, folks. Let's pull up our chart and take a look at what we got going on for today. There goes the NASDAQ, slowly starting to recover there, guys. SPY. Oh, what's up, Sia? Oh, she's going on the
What are we
show.
even doing?
Joe got you a lottery ticket. Do you give me permission to open it?
Joe got me a lottery ticket?
Yeah,
Yeah,
well,
yeah.
he got it for everyone. And then can I open yours?
Yes, open it.
Okay,
Is she not coming? Is she coming in or
Are you
what?
coming? Oh, you just hang up like that? That's it? That was like a mail conversation right there.
Wow.
Because we're usually real quick off the phone.
Keep
Make
it
sure
simple,
you play the
man.
game.
Carry
I
on.
don't phone
Carry
anybody.
on, Tesla. All right,
Okay.
carry on.
Nobody
I think,
phones
no,
anybody.
I phone my mother, man. I don't, you know.
Actually, true
Well, I
that.
mean, everybody knows that dudes
Mom's
can
a
have a
boss.
10-second conversation and we get straight to the point, we get it done, and we don't need to.
Hold on a second. That's not always true.
Oh,
There's always that
that's
one
tough.
dude in your fantasy football league. You know who you are.
Hey.
Probably not watching, but you know exactly who you are. Where they'll call you up and just they want to talk to you like for an hour before bait and switch. It's like, this is the deal we're talking about. And then an hour later, they come with what they're actually willing to do. And some player that hasn't been mentioned the whole hour, he'll throw it in at the
Yeah. Well, you're better friends than.
What are you doing? Are you just going
the
straight for the
pure bait and
barcode?
switch dude. Everyone else just gets to the point, except
Yeah.
you know who, man.
Yeah. Well, that's nice. It's always nice to talk to your friends. That is for sure. So
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah.
both of you guys are live with
That
your
right
mics.
now, let's get maybe Ramin and I. So if we win this, Ramin, we'll go, what is that, a 75er right there. So
Hold on a
we'll
second.
go
Neil, any
40
winning is
each.
going.
Or no, we'll go 35, me, you get 10, and then Sia will get the rest. How's that sound?
Great.
I'm a good negotiator.
So this whole show is right now is like about a scratch ticket that's not going to win right here. So
Whoa, Katina, man, don't ever say that.
I would love for it to win.
Yeah,
You almost
don't ever
just
say
scratch
that.
I mean, we've already talked about the
Something
Grinch
like
tax. There's a Grinch tax that will be happening as well.
By the way, Nvidia's
I mean,
breaking
I-
few up. Micron's
balls.
continuing
I hope
to go
Sharif
higher.
didn't drop like
the
that five.
Nasdaq literally just broke the high of the day.
Yeah, exactly. We still
Nasdaq HOD, baby.
this is
doing too much here, so not wanting to participate
I don't even like
once
that,
again
actually.
in this little bit of a rally that we're seeing. Who's leading the way, guys? Meta climbing a little bit higher up to 665. We have Rocket Labs performing half decently. I was looking at Rigetti this morning as well too, but if I were to guess and put my scratch ticket on anything, it was going to be NVDA off of its low. So there it is, help driving that market or the market a little bit higher. So a nice little bounce.
This is what I'm trying to
Rally
say.
here in NVDA.
nothing better than portioning out fictitious winnings. I mean, we got to do it before it actually happens, right? Because when she wins 50 grand, then we have to understand that there was something that's on camera that we.
Sia? She already lost.
But you could tell.
Oh, Sia already lost. Okay.
This camera.
Yeah.
But to the point of, on our trading floor, do you think traders would be attuned to like risk to reward and stuff like that and not play lottery? But back on our trading floor, we used to do it. At one point, I know we had a guy, one of our traders, organized once a week buying lottery, and it was like for the entire floor. But if you really think about it, it was fun. But if we took that same money, you do that same thing, and then like once a month, you could have. Like everyone just chips in, and then once a month you're doing like a bar night or whatever. That's like
you could. But it's only $5.
It was always just for fun, and then we joke. But you always had to agree. Like everybody, if you're in, you're always in. None of this. Oh, am I doing it this week or am I not? That kind of deal. But just back to the market for a quick second, because Micron is. I know we've been talking about the Nasdaq into the highs and Nvidia was pushing and whatnot, but it has really been Micron. And again, no particular story here. The data names have just been strong. Micron, another all-time high. SNDK as well. You're going to see SanDisk. Do I believe this is frothy? Absolutely. Just waiting for Micron to turn. Whenever Micron decides to turn, this one's going to get dumped a little bit here, I think. But yeah, 6% up for SNDK, super strong move for them. And yes, Joe is correct in saying Nvidia was joining the party by breaking the volume weighted average price. But it really has been the Micron story for a lot of it here. Apple, as we speak, and the market's breaking higher, Apple stopped leading and starting to pull back. But the chips looking at least a little bit stronger than they did before here. Just got to keep it a bit back to the market. Just remember, guys, it's 10:15. But really, this is effectively lunchtime, market closing at 1 o'clock. There is a bond, there's like a 7-year bond auction at 10:30. Usually those are at 1 o'clock. I seriously doubt it moves the market, but if you see like some kind of liquidity play in about 15 minutes or so, it's a 7-year bond auction that's coming in a little bit early. Everything sort of shifts. Like the imbalances will be at 12:30, we get the early looks, and then at 12:50, you are going to get the imbalances come out. So everything's a little bit earlier.
Yep, we should be good to go here. No, it's not that. No, we'll stay. I have nothing. I'm not going to go. At this point, I'm going to go to the gym. Sharif was at the gym today. He needs it more than I do, so I'm glad that he was able to go and do that.
An hour 45.
Yeah.
We'll get a little.
Yeah, maybe I'll come back around like 12:30 and let Sharif go that extra half hour in there. That'd be nice. He could definitely.
What do you need help with?
Ramin, I want to know some. Hold on, I'm going to talk to Ramin here for a second. So, Ramin, how are you doing?
So good.
So good. We like that one now. All right. Tell me a stock that you've most recently bought. It doesn't.
I bought Netflix, but I don't remember at what. I was waiting for it to go to 95, and I think I bought it, but I don't remember exactly at what. I just went buy.
So you like Netflix there, being in media and everything, maybe with the Time Warner.
Well, when I heard that the Oscars were coming, or no, sorry.
That's
about the Oscars.
Isn't it the Golden Globes? There you go. That's what I thought.
And if everything is just gonna go like streaming, because if Oscars is on YouTube, so obviously Netflix.
Right.
I don't know. I think there's gonna be something with that.
Okay, I like the Netflix look there. I like the live sporting events as well. Which shows are you currently watching? I mean, are you watching anything? You got a movie on your mind? I know you got Arthur you're talking about, but any? Did I hear that there was a new White Lotus coming?
I didn't hear that.
Better be.
Let's go.
Okay. Just starting some false rumors over here. That's about all that I do around there. No, Sia, I guess Sia is not coming today for everybody.
For sure they're going to make it. It was too successful for them not to be continued.
3. Yeah, there's 3 of them.
Of course they're
at
going to
least.
You asked her if she's coming.
I thought I was watching something last night and they said like new season of White Lotus coming soon. I'll look it up. Yeah, maybe there is not.
I'm asking Gemini right now. That's what you...
I don't know when it's being released. There is one coming. I mean, February 16th? No.
That's
too new.
Gemini fail. Gemini just failed.
White Lotus is starting casting.
Oh, maybe I should.
I was wondering what that email was. Okay, I'll have to respond to that at some point. There, figure out what time's a slow time around here, then we can go. I mean, I'd be fun to do that. I was wondering which kind of city White Lotus you'd like to be in. Like, I don't know.
That's the question.
Yeah, so exotic so far. There's so Thailand.
Thailand.
The best.
I agree.
Yeah, Thailand, and there was Italy, and then there was, what was the first one was Italy, Thailand?
Well, you guys think the location you like the best or the actual season you like
Hawaii,
the best for the
right.
show?
I think it's both, though, with that one, Neil. No? That's 2, isn't it? That's season 2.
I don't know if that was my favorite.
Or whatever it is. I think the Thailand one is the best.
It was good.
From
my favorite.
all spectrums.
Great. Either way, it's a good show. Either way, it's a good show. I love
does the part 2 of Stranger Things come out today? Chat.
Tomorrow.
Stranger Things.
Is it tomorrow?
I haven't even started.
Oh, he's back.
Part
We
2.
usually watch Stranger
Part
Things.
2 of
Yeah.
Stranger Things.
Yeah.
I thought Stranger Things was on like episode. Oh, like the second episode, you mean, of the last season? Aren't we already in the last season?
I haven't watched the last season of Stranger Things, so I don't even know anything.
Oh, the second half of the last season.
They split it into 2 parts.
All right, Sharif getting all set up here. Ramin is leaving us, so we have to say that's a
turn.
fail.
By the way, big turn in NVIDIA just now. Remember,
Okay, that might
NVIDIA
be
was looking a little bit better. Can we quickly come to my chart? Because anyone that might be trading, to me, there's nothing too crazy happening. But NVIDIA was trying to break. Look at that turn. I can tell you at the same time, like I was sort of sitting in a revert in silver, and even that broke trend, headed out. I'm done with that. So like this was the one shot to get to VWAP and continue, but it's pretty much gone. And at 1020, I'm definitely done with that at this point.
Yeah.
You know, like I'm not. There's no reloads anymore. Just sort of go into holiday mode. But with NVIDIA couldn't hold on to that bid, I'm skeptical that the Nasdaq's going to hold on to this move. When you get a reversal like that and the Nasdaq's already topping, could be Turnsville as we speak, unfortunately.
All right, we'll go small cap recap with Adara. Neil and I will be back around 12 p.m. and then we trade the last hour. We should have some fun and it will be good time. So thank you everybody for watching with us. Back over to Adara, then back over to the bros from the midday show. Bruh.
Definitely going to be a small cap discussion on the midday, I'm sure. But right before we transition to that, I do want to talk here about some of the small caps. I'm looking at SOBR, Sober Safe. This one, as mentioned by Sean and Neil, no catalyst today that we could find, but it is actually at intraday highs, more or less. Market cap of just over $4 million, float of 1.21 million shares. INDP, this one falling off a little bit, but it did gap up this morning. I'll talk about the catalyst because kind of an interesting one here. Indaptus Therapeutics announcing via a Form 8K that David Lazar, who's an investor in the company, bought 1 million shares between their Series AA and AAA stock, and he also has now become the co-CEO of the company. Last but not least, DVAX, Dynavax is obviously more of a buyout play than the traditional small cap, but Sanofi agreeing to buy DVAX at $15.50 per share. This is going to give the company a $2.2 billion valuation. So guys, make sure to like and subscribe as we send you over to the Bash Brothers for this midday.
Hello, it's Sharif. Yeah.
Hello, everybody. How's everybody doing?
Oh, no.
Hope everybody's having a great Christmas Eve. I am not ready, and I won't be for another few minutes. So if you want to give it to Joey, I'll let you know when I am ready.
Absolutely, man. We're just posted up right now. We're not going to get too carried away or anything here today. I mean, leading into the holidays, we had a couple attempts there on Tesla and one on RKLB that didn't work out. So we don't want to go in with bad vibes or anything along those lines heading into the holiday with that Christmas spirit. So I have no issues. We're just relaxing here on today's session. Maybe we can catch a little bit of a fill here on the SPY short as NVDA is starting to sell off aggressively. So I'm looking at the SPY, everyone, posted up at 10, 68, 689.10, but it's starting to bleed aggressively and going without us. Yay, always fun, no feel. All right, well, we'll be patient. We'll wait to see if we can catch in something. I did cross, and there it goes, starting to hit targets. What the hecky? So yeah, it is what it is, guys. Tesla not catching a bid anytime soon. I mean, you only have a couple hours left in the session. SPY, let's head over to that and see where I'm posted. And we didn't get it, just runs right into the levels, and then you don't catch that priority fill. I'm switching all my gateways to Edge A. That's it. It's that simple. So there it is, a nice little move to the downside in the SPY, kind of departing without us, but that's okay. Maybe we take one more stab here on RKLB and go small size. Go really, really small. Yeah, I like this RKLB. Let's get involved in some Rocket Labs here, guys. For a potential long, we're going to keep that bit up here on SPY, and then we'll get involved in some Rocket Labs going small size. Just a little bit of a lottery ticket, right? See what we got going on. I don't know which of the boys won. I know Ramin won $10. We have one more. This was Sia's. She didn't win anything. That's all right. Hopefully someone else can get the W. But let's go Rocket Labs. You can see, oh, you still got Sean and Neil up there. I don't know if we want to change that up.
It's like time, it like switches over automatically because we're technically early.
Yeah. Okay, so there you go.
All right, hello, everybody. I don't have my headset in yet, so if you're gonna speak to me, that's the guy you wanna speak to, I'll put that in. Here's what we're looking at, guys. SOBR, looking the best of the bunch at the moment. Just got into the high of the day. We're talking about a 295 touch and drop into 270. Still trading above that 260 flat top break. I want to say it was once, it was twice, it was OB freaking thrice before we took out that 260 level, and then we glanced, not even so much touch, but glanced at 295. Sober is up 110%. Wonder how long this one's going to be sober after it gets its hands on the eggnog there, Joey. Is very, very soon. SOBR looking real good. I'm going to be looking to pick this up as it's dropping down into the low 70s. The 60, I want to say the 60 to 55 penny area is my buy zone. Reasons for that: 55 pennies, the 10 EMA on the 5, the flat top break, 260. That creates a buy zone for me. 5 pennies wide on Sober. Alas, it looks like it is holding trend. What do I mean by that? It means it's holding prior bar low. So if it's going to continue to ride trend and not breach prior bar low, then I can talk about the buy zone all I want. It's not going to reach that area, at least not yet. So Sober, looking at working my way into this. EUDA, beautiful look here. 46%, going on 47, 296 highs. What's going on over here? 295 high on one, 296 high on the other. Love it. EUDA is the ticker. Let me throw that in. This one just breached the volume weighted average price not that long ago with this topping till candle. But one observation I can already make here about EUDA. When it makes an intraday high, it is quick to retrace. Look at what happened over here. We get the breakout right at 9:30. We pop up, we take out the pre-market high, 264. We drop all the way back down to 229. We do it again. Once we break above the volume weighted average price at 950, we print that 296. We drop immediately down to 250. So that has to be part and parcel of your plan if you're going to trade UDA, especially if you're going to hold it into an intraday high, and that by definition would be above $2.96. So UDA in focus for me. And as you can see here, QBTZ, obviously not a small cap gapper, but you know, the pickings might be a little bit slim today. I haven't really looked that deeply at the scanner, but you know, a cursory view showed me that there wasn't too many, so we selected this one to be part of the bunch. 922 high. I'm reluctant to say anything off the 10 EMA, and the reason I say that is because it hasn't touched the 10 EMA, not once, since that 930 breakout. So I'm going to have to figure out a different way to finagle into this if I get into it at all. And we're also looking at EWTX. This is a bit more expensive of a name, and it's not really up all that much, but we're going to keep an eye on EWTX is the ticker. A good higher low, higher high pattern, but we put in the biggest red candle since 945, not that long ago, still trading above 25 and a quarter, excuse me, where the 10 EMA on the 5 is. I'm also looking at SIDU. And now SIDU has been a multi-day runner. It had a horrible day the day prior, I want to say on Monday. A bit of a recovery day, didn't really do too much. Today, having a decent day, but substantially, obviously, below the highs that we put in on Monday. But SIDU, looking to put in that upward channel. We are talking, of course, about the higher lows and the higher highs. That's how I would trade it, at least for now, to keep an eye on SIDU for a channel breakout as well above. I want to say that 2 1/5. Last but not least, AMCI, we're going to look at that. This one's got multiple topping tail candles into 880. It looks as if, though, the selling comes in quite aggressively at the fifth of a dollar. And the reason I say that is because there's no closing prints on the 5-minute chart above that 820. So even if you are to get above 820, 30, 40, 50, you should be on the lookout for a reversion. Also, it is a bit of a spready one. AMCI is the ticker I'm talking about. We're going to pause for a second. We're going to Adara.
We have stock NVIDIA here. NVIDIA just dropped over the last couple, like probably the last 10 minutes or so, last few 3-minute candles. I'm not seeing any news on this, guys. I do want to let you know, no news that I am seeing right now. Social media here, there have been a couple of mentions as is usual for NVIDIA, but I am still not seeing anything. I'm going to keep an eye on that, keep you guys posted, but I do want to address it just given the size and significance of this drop. Back to you.
For that, there are. Let's take a look at Rocket Lab. So it did a little liquidity grab before and stopped me out, and then Dice to go on a nice little run right there. So we go 0 for 2 on Rocket Labs, and we go 0 for 2 on Tesla. And let's see if we can get this SPY. And then maybe we just sit on our hands, relax a little bit, do a little TA for you guys, and go over a couple charts, right? Leading into the new year, some potential solid opportunities. People talking about Nike this morning. I mean, I think it's going to be relatively cool. Maybe leading into the new year, obviously, we have another trading session, which I believe is going to be Boxing Day, a Canadian holiday, not so much in America. And then you start to head into New Year's Eve. So there's a couple of more. So, yeah, I mean, there it is, guys, a nice little bounce. It looks like SPY is significantly stronger than what we got going on in the NASDAQ. Why? Probably because of XLF, JPM, and company as the financial ETF continuing to climb a little bit higher here, guys, on today's session. What has JPM been up to? Oh, yeah, there you go. A nice move on JPM all the way up to $328. And there it is on the day, a new all-time high on JP Morgan and company right there, 60% off of those April lows. So some phenomenal numbers coming out of the banking sector here, guys. I like these names quite a bit. I think JPM is going to be my next allocation. I used to own it a while ago. One of my first options contracts was JPM, actually. JPM, XOM, and Amazon were my first couple of contracts.
All right. There goes AMCI. Okay, so this one rocketed up. I think we were speaking about this one. We were at about 780, maybe 8. It just popped up. Easy as you like, into 929. Very strong, but it has a propensity to reverse. Bless you, Ram, after making intraday highs. So we just got to that 929. There's 933. There's 944. Here comes 950. The strength very, very much in play at the moment on AMCI. There is a seller at 48 or 49. There's a 50 touch, but no continuation above that 50 penny area. AMCI has got a lot of gas right now. No real breaks, at least into the $0.50. Be on the lookout for the move here. What an aggressive move on AMCI. I just got into silver. I got into that 60 penny area that I liked. It's already losing 60 pennies, so we're going to keep an eye here on the volume weighted average price, and we're going to punch in there for a VWAP hold. Come hell or high water, we're going to hold this one into VWAP. VWAP is exactly at 239. So our stop goes below that. It's really that simple. We end up stopping out. It's really a matter of statistics, whether this play was one that I had a shot to make money on or not. So we'll put in some profit takers there, and we'll put the bigger beak wetters towards the high side. We're going to go ahead and post here at 69. Let's see what we get on this one. How's the other one doing? AMCI, another high of day, 985. This one is on the way to 10. It blew through that 50 penny seller like it didn't even matter. Limit up on AMCI is 1005. As we get into 980, there's 85. There is 99. 1005 limit up. As you can see on my level 2, that red rectangle, that's now 1017. Here's the limit up parameter. For a moment, we get a false halt dropping back down. So keep your eye here on AMCI as it deals with that $10 area. I realize that it's above $10 by 17 pennies. That is the high, but it hasn't decisively cleared $10 as of yet, at least not the way I'm gauging it. So great strength today in AMCI. We're going to keep an eye out on that one. We'll see if it wants to rest up a little bit here before we get in. We're currently involved in SOBR. I'm looking for this one to hold VWAP, otherwise we're out. EWTX is another one that I mentioned. EWTX, let's go and have a look at this. A bit more expensive of a name. How's the spread? It's quite wide, 16 pennies currently. I haven't been really watching it, so I'm not sure if that's good or bad for this name, but it is a very, very predictable stair step up pattern. So I would say look to prior bar low for your entry there, as this one hasn't touched the 10 EMA as I spoke about since essentially 9:30. So that's another look there. How's the trade on SIDU? SIDU, let's take a look at that bad boy. 1 penny spread, very nice, very nice. I'm more inclined though on SIDU to trade this as an upward channel rather than any sort of breakout, at least for the moment, until it takes out that 2 1/5, and then we can have a different discussion. It looks though as if the selling comes in mostly at 15 pennies, despite the fact that the high of the day is 220. That was a quick touch, and then a drop back down. So SIDU should be in focus as well, Joe.
All right, cool. See, I thought you weren't in today. We got Ramin to scratch your Christmas present. It wasn't a winner, so that's all right. Anyways, guys, all right, let's see what else we got going on. We're short here, the SPY. We're long some Google. If they're going to work, if they don't, then that's totally fine. It is what it is, just looking for some quality opportunities. You can see some indecision prints being formed here on Tesla right around the low, so buying pressure slowly starting to kick in here, but volume really starting to cool off. There goes Google cracking through that low of the day, so a nice turtle shell type price action and a key neckline. So I was like, do I go with Tesla or do I go with Google? And yeah, I mean, Google was my choice there, so we'll continuously sit in this. We're not heavy on size or anything like that. I took my stabs earlier on Tesla and Rocket Labs and full risk. Now I'm just messing around with about 10% or so, considering we only got about an hour and a half left here, a little bit more. We'll give the boys some time. Google, yes, we're looking for that move back into the volume weighted average price or the top end of the range around 313.50s. That would be ideal. But XLF holding up the SPY relatively strong, guys. We're positive on the session, about 1/5% here. So not too bad. We can go through a couple other names. We'll run through our scanner and see what we got cooking up on today's session. So the stock scanner, when I first came in this morning, relatively cool. SLV right there. So here it is, guys. SLV starting to cool off on today's session as well. Nice one yesterday. Sell below the volume weighted average price, and then a nice covering rally from 10:30 on to the end of the day, just continuously grinding higher. And then you head over to the daily on this one, and yep, you guessed it. Yes, this morning, new all-time high with a slight gap up there in SLV. Nice. Let's go Google, get that move going on. RGTI, a couple days of some solid price action. Now back-to-back red sessions in the quantum space. I was looking for a continuation in strength. Doesn't seem that we're going to be getting that just yet. BMNR, oh my days, off of this previous pivot high. We'll go with this one. You're down currently 55%. If we were to zoom out even more, it doesn't get any prettier than that, guys. You're looking down 80% roughly from that previous pivot high. Here it is, 82% on BMNR. There goes Google. All right, finally we're starting to get a little bit of a W here, Sharif. I didn't think it was going to be one of those days, but we'll take it. All right, cool. We're going to head it over to Adair momentarily, and there goes Google to the top side. We're going to look for 313s, guys.
This part of the show is brought to you by our friends at eSignal. Traders, listen up, because the first month is free. That's right. We're waiving fees. Trade smarter, not harder. Upgrade to Elite. Analyze, strategize, capitalize, because our platform, it's everything. Infinite data, instant trading, lightning fast market insights, game-changing charts, predict with backtesting, reliable real-time data, global markets at your fingertips, all in one platform. So do not miss out. Execute your best trades now with eSignal. Are you ready to elevate your trading? Scan the QR code or click the link in the description. Back to you.
Your teams will post up right at that level. Let's see if we can catch the fill. And there it is. Bang. We got it on the ask. Not quite the bid just yet, guys. So let's hold off. Let's post up there. See if we can catch a fill at 313, or we might reject it.
There goes AMCI. Boom. All right. Great trade on this one. We're holding threes. We wet the beak up into 50s. Very aggressive price action. Anything below 77s, 977s gets me out of the trade. We're holding shares on this one. We're back positive after getting stopped out initially. Again, anything below 77s ends the trade for me. Let's go ahead and take off a little bit more here as we zig and we zag. So it looks like the convoluted trade. I'm sorry, because a lot of the what's it called? Well, let me just get those off. Okay, come on. I don't know why it's not taking off my orders. You gotta love that, Joey. Unreal. Look, it's not taking off my orders.
That's crazy.
I know. I think it's cool. I think it's good. I think it shows how well the platform works. So good look there. Let's see if we can just flatten out there. See, it's not letting me flatten out. This is really insane. Okay, you're gonna have to take over.
Yeah, absolutely.
Unbelievable.
Maybe because of
Unbelievable.
Or so. There it is, guys. We'll take a little bit more out
Unreal.
on Google as it's climbing higher. This is what we want to see. So finally, a winner on today's session. Hopefully, it wasn't going to go over 5 today on in the intraday. Considering, so there it is. Google. SPY not doing too much as it's putting through almost at the high of the day. So as soon as we crack that level, we'll just get out of Dodge to see if that short not working out. It was more aggressive in the Qs just due to the fact that NVDA was selling as well, but you bounce right off the volume weighted average price. I like what the boys were saying not too long ago. Just say a slow grinding market can definitely be one that just goes to the top side.
I can't get out of the position. So.
Did you try your thing?
Yeah,
Okay.
I tried the thing, but the thing isn't working, sadly.
Oh, no.
None of the orders are working. So, well, we're going to have to take the hit. It's going to go against me. I can't get out of the position. So, yeah, that's cool. All right, we'll look the other one over here. We're doing well here on SOBR, popping off into 60 pennies. We got shares on this one as well. So let's see what we can do. There's the print into the high side. Let's go ahead and set up some more. 64, we're also going to get up into 69. We'll set up there. There goes into 62. We also went up, set up in the 70s. SOBR very strong, very directional, holding off on the volume weighted average price. So not a bad look whatsoever. I don't know why it's letting me take some out of Sober, but not letting me take anything out of AMCI. It makes perfect sense. Let it go, baby.
Watch.
Sorry? Okay, I don't even know what the hell they just said. But anyway, okay, so keeping an eye on AMCI, seeing if that one wants to bleed a little bit more. It actually let me get out of a little bit there. I'm not really sure why it let me out more there, and then it's not letting me out of the last remaining amount. We got only a couple of shares left on AMCI, so I guess that's a good thing there. But keeping an eye here on Sober, because we still have a lot of shares on this one, looking for that continuation into 295. Technically, the high of the day is 295, but we're really looking for a 3 move. Prior bar low takes us down to 242, but that was the volume weighted average price right into 240. So not a bad look there. We're going to the big desk. Still not letting me out.
Let's take a moment here to look at this sector board. Lots of green, but there are some, some smatterings of weakness, not in really any individual sector, though. We'll start here with finance, which is incredibly strong. Once again, we had basically a strong week for this sector across the board. Health tech doing really well with Merck up 1 1/5%. Super non-durable strong, of course, Nike leading this sector. NKE pulling back a bit, but still relatively close to intraday highs after independent director of the board, Tim Cook, coming in here with a 50,000 share NKE purchase. We've got consumer services strong, health services strong, communications strong, retail trade strong, Costco doing really well here, same with CVS. Non-energy minerals is the one sector that might be lagging a little bit here. And then, of course, tech services, bit flat. We do have some red here, mild red here for Google, AppLovin, CrowdStrike, and PanW. So these cybersecurity names getting hit a bit. If you go up to electronic technology, strength across the board, but 2 of the chip names in here, INTC and NVIDIA, are to the downside. Intel, for what it's worth, did have that story earlier today from Reuters suggesting that NVIDIA has paused testing its 18A process. Make sure to like and subscribe as we send you back to Sharif and Joe.
Cool.
All right, I got out of AMCI. It's a fantastic morning, Joey. The orders actually worked. I'm surprised. I'm shocked that the orders are actually working. Okay, so we're actually out of that. Good look. Now we have to focus on SOBR. This is still putting in a defend of the volume weighted average price. If we can go to the chart, but 260 seems to be a bit of a level here. So we really can't print anything aggressively above 260. But having a further look at the chart, we already encountered 260 as a key area of technical resistance. Look at the 5-minute bar at 935. That rejects 260. We get back into that level again at 950, rejects 260. Finally, we take it decisively at 955, and then we use it as support. We use it as support for 10 o'clock bar, the 10:05 bar, likewise with the 10:10 bar, the 10:15 bar, and then we actually defend it again, 10:25, We lose it at 1030, and now we're using it as resistance again. So we're going to keep an eye out on this one. Really anything below the volume weighted average price does end the trade for me, but we're going to look to see if we can take the higher lows, which this one currently is still putting into the 270s and 280s. So that will be my focus. Also, I want to mention QBTZ coming back down into an interesting area of technical resistance, or technical support, I should say. QBTZ right into that 875 area. It has a breakout from that area as well, because that was the implied balance high. Kind of put in a 3-4 candle consolidation right after the bell. Comes all the way down, a bit of a U-shaped upside down V retracement into 876, finding a bit of support. VWAP is at 870, so that will be the focus for me there as well. So those are the ones I'm looking at. I'm also keeping an eye here on EWTX. If it pulls back into the 10 EMA, I'll be picking it up.
All right, cool. Yeah, so there it is. We're starting to finally get a bid here in Google, heading right back towards VWAP. Tesla was my ideal one. I mean, we were just a little bit too early on the entry. Thought we were going to curl over here, puts in some nice indecision prints, and I decided to go with Google instead of Tesla for the third attempt there. So, I mean, it would have worked out pretty nicely. You can risk just the low of the day. Once it's formed that candle, we can go to 53s approximately, and that's a pretty good stop out if you ask me. It is relatively tight, 10 cents, but then sure enough, you get a nice 2-to-1 as we're currently trading at that specific target right now. So GOOGL going to be our trade of the day as JP Morgan and Chase & Company continuously climbing higher. Nike strong earlier this morning. I mean, if you look at it from a daily, it's just a recovery from what it went through on the earnings report. You had that massive gap down, and then now you recovered a little bit of that move. Again, my buddy was asking me about it. He's like, hey, what do you think about Nike? I just stand in the retail space. I'm not the biggest fan of it. I mean, if you're the most popular brand on the planet, essentially, and this is what your chart looks like, no thank you. I'm just going to avoid that and head into something else. So Nike at 178, now trading at around 58 bucks, 67%. This is going to take some time for it to recover. So that's what I think about Nike and some of the other names. As for Tesla, there goes NVDA starting to get a bounce. You're seeing the volume start to kick in, guys, on the lower time frame, so not too bad whatsoever. At 187, now look at the 1 minute time frame, volume really starting to pick up. How does that work, though? That doesn't make any sense. So we had the volume start to spike up. It's now transitioned to some selling volume, and then sure enough, now the volume drops off on it. It's slightly odd. Let's head over back to our scanner, guys. We can take a look at the options chain if there's anything specific that you guys want to go over leading into the new year. Once again, we do have an expiration cycle this Friday, so keep an eye out on that one. DJT, I don't know why this one's up here. I was selling some calls on this position. I'm going to let it go soon and just grab some shares of something. I like some prices on some names. Maybe we get involved in some Meta, and something else is, what is another one that's, it's not coming to me, Netflix. Maybe we'll just go the share route. I do own some in my long-term account, so aside from that, but let's head over to this scanner. That's the small cap scan. We're going to head over to this one. Who's putting in the most volume today? That's going to be SLV, guys. SLV with 33.6 million shares traded on the intraday session, forming this candle. I like this. If we hold this bottom, then I might take a potential long back into the volume weighted average price there. Nike INTC was selling aggressively. Nice recovery rally here, pre-market dump, and then sure enough, you're starting to recover on the intraday session. Baito, this is more or less a dividend play. They offer a lofty one, that's for sure. It's really hefty. I remember a member on the floor, if you guys remember him, Yanni was involved with this for quite some time. Novo Nordisk, a nice pop out of the opening drive, starting to give it back a little bit of that move. And as for American Airlines, travel space continuing to be relatively hot, Sharif.
Good, good. AMCI heading right back up. Sorry? Okay, yeah, thank you very much for the super chat, Jock. Happy holidays to you as well. Thank you for being on. We're keeping an eye here on EWTX as this one continues to trend up into 27 bucks, 27.02 high. Gonna look to pick this up. I want to say at around 26.5. I want to put my order at prior bar low. So that's what I'm looking at there. QBTZ as well continuing to run, but we don't have that one on our trading screen. Let's put up QBTZ on the NQ. Good look on this one. Good, nice bounce there off 875 and heading back to the high side. We could be persuaded to punch into this, so we'll go ahead and get some in there on QBTZ. Of course, not letting me in. All right, cool. We can't trade that one. We'll have to look at something else. Let's look at EUDA. On the NQ, also trading bull flag-ish here above the volume weighted average price, give or take at 260. Moving into 270 is EUDA. Not a bad look. Looking for that break above 275, 280. That's where mostly the closing prints end up rejecting. So we're going to have to keep an eye out on that, of course. Pardon me. Let me just get out of my trade here on Sober, as this one is losing the volume weighted average price. And so SIDU is another one that we've been looking at. Into 14s it goes. I think a pickup here at 10 would be good for a possible range trade into 20. That would be another interesting trade. This one's been putting in higher lows throughout, so if you ride trend into the higher lows, that could be another interesting trade as well. But I'm reluctant to trade AMCI because obviously our system has a bit of a glitch with this one. I don't want to get back in and not be able to get back out. Another one that I didn't mention was RGTZ. This one is also quite strong. All these ones are quantum derivatives, so they're leveraged ETFs, obviously. And this one just breached through 19, RGTZ. Very good, very strong on this one. A lot of defends here into the volume weighted average price, whether it was earlier at 950 or into 955. You also have a double bottom at 1035 and 1040, both of which defended VWAP almost to the T, and up into 1910 it goes. 1926 high. We'll keep an eye out on that one. EUDA is the one that I think I'm going to work into now, so I'm going to throw in some orders, Joe.
Yeah, absolutely. All right, yeah, and Jacques, thanks very much for that super chat, brother. Much appreciated. We know you're an everyday viewer and always paying attention, contributing to the chat, so that doesn't go unnoticed. Thank you, thank you. Now, as for some of the other names, there's the SPY, guys. We got all out of that one, rightfully so, right? It's continuously grinding higher, put in a new high of the day. We don't want any of that smoke. I posted up earlier for this move, but never caught the fill. Then I'm like, all right, I'll just keep that bid there. We just caught one there on Google, so keep that in mind. A nice move here back to the top side on SPY, but there it is on Google, right at VWAP. We take some off. I only have approximately 30% left of the remaining position, so not a bad trade whatsoever here on GOO. GL. All right, guys, so there it is. Nice indecision prints, continuous buying pressure. It's just the subtle moves that you see in these signals that step in. I think this could be a next potential target, 313.60 as that potential level. There's Tesla, a nice recovery. Obviously, the one that we don't take works for us the best, but we can't complain considering we have a nice trade on right now. Heading back to our scanner here, guys, going to be a nice, cool one. FJet, what have you been up to? I know you've been trading relatively strong there, guys, so a nice move in Starfighter Space. I like that name. 13 bucks. What was our previous high on this one? Oh, okay, $32. Damn, you take a hefty haircut right out the gate. These IPOs can get most definitely very volatile, guys. All right, so Adair, what do you got for us?
Gonna keep it brief, guys. Not too much to say here. Again, we're still in that downtrend here on the DXY and the daily, but we're trying to find some support, as I mentioned here, around that 97.8 level. We did briefly breach that today, but trying to do a little bit of a bottoming tail candle. So let's see if this becomes temporary support, or rather continues to be temporary support or immediate support here for that US dollar. I also want to mention here, economic data, obviously not too much. It is that shortened holiday session, but at 8:30 a.m. we did get a lower than expected initial jobless claims print coming through here. 214,000 jobless claims versus 223,000 expected. Continued jobless claims, though, is a different story. 1.923 million continued jobless claims versus 1.9 million expected. So higher than expected continued claims, lower than expected initial jobless claims. Market initially did spike on that, as we send you back to Sharif and Joe.
All right, yeah, let's go through a couple more names here before we send it back to my brother. UNG, U.S. Natural Gas right here, nice indecision print off of the lows. I think this is a potential swing trade there. We have New Scale Power as well. I was liking a swing on this, but once this signal failed, I got out of dodge. The volume stepped in. I thought that you'd get a little bit of a continuation to maybe 25, 27.5, even 30 in a best case scenario. Doesn't seem to be the situation just yet. XLF, yeah, I got to get involved in this one here. I got Selena XLF, I'm pretty sure, in Walmart, so that's not too bad of a look there. IREN bouncing off the lows. All right. RN Limited, Palantir, what have you been up to? Just moving sideways, essentially, on today's session. And then we have SoFi still within this consolidation. I mean, if we head over to the Qs, let's do this quick, and the SPY, you can see that we're just forming this range. And quite some time I said, I think this is condor territory, right? I don't think we're going to put in any all-time highs in the next couple of weeks or anything like that. I could be totally wrong. And I don't think we're going to break through any necklines. So a nice ebb and flow within the overall markets. There's the NASDAQ and the SPY, the exact same thing. So if you've been setting up condors, I think you've been pretty successful so far this year.
All right, guys, I've got nothing on. So if you guys want to tag me, let me know what to look at. There's nothing that I like, so I won't be trading into this holiday shortened day. Nothing really setting up for me. Sober lost VWAP. AMCI I won't punch into because it's too risky. Won't be able to punch out. EUDA as well. Just not showing me enough volume, declining volume profile at that. EWTX, too many higher lows and not enough retracements off key levels. SIDU is a range trade. I'm less inclined to want to trade that. KYTX, a holdover from yesterday, breaching VWAP. RGTZ is a derivative of Rigetti. And then I'm unlikely to want to trade that because it's not a strictly small cap gapper. T-Money saying ZPTA. I looked at that. There's no volume on that. I don't know what you want me to look at. There's basically nothing to look at there. So here we'll show everybody. So this is the weekly on that. We'll go to the 5-minute. I mean, it's done no volume. I mean, it's done 200,000 shares. This is not for me, at least as an intraday trade. So yeah, OMER, we'll see OMER. Yeah, trading below the volume weighted average price, gap up into 1750 earlier on at 1050, losing trend. If we can get back above that 16, 15, 50 area, we could have a look at that. AZI, let's have a look at what Casey's talking about. Yeah, not bad. A little bit low on volume as well. This one, about 946,000 shares on a 3 2/3 name. Not too bad, better than some things that I've seen. We can throw that one on there, AZI. In case it catches a bit of a bid, we might be able to jump into that. It looks like it has some support at the volume weighted average prices or the 10 EMA, can't quite tell. So that's an interesting one to look at. Other than that, really, it is really only AMCI kind of putting in a bull flag towards the highs. Which isn't a bad look, obviously, on that. But with the system issues that I had, I don't feel comfortable punching into this one. But AMCI is the best looking one of the bunch at the moment. It's the one closest to its high. It's the one putting in the best pattern with a bit of a bull flag. In fact, as well, it's got higher lows, and it looks like it might be inclined here to take out that intraday high at 67. So that's another interesting one. Open, let's have a look at Open Doors, see what that one is up to. Bring in the black chart. Yeah, not really open doors day today. About 10 million shares traded on the day, but negative. It's down 1/3%. In fact, it tried to get above that 629 area and then actually rejected. So it looks like there's a 30 seller. It really is the AMCI show. So keep your eye out on this one. I'm not going to be touching it because of the system issues, but yeah, this one definitely is looking like it's going to take out 1067, and there it goes. It takes it out 1097 now as it works its way into 11. AMCI is the one. Won't be trading it.
All right, guys, for too long, trading meant risking your own money or never having enough to start. The fear of losing, that's what kept so many traders on the sidelines. But that's changing. Trade the Pool is transforming how traders access the markets with this limited risk trading model. Traders use funded capital while Trade the Pool absorbs the downside. This allows traders to focus on what truly matters: discipline, consistency, growth. When you hit the profit target, you keep 70% of the profits, no fears, no barriers, just real opportunity. This is the revolution of limited risk trading, powered by Trade the Pool. Visit tradethepool.com or scan the QR code now to get 10% off your first evaluation. There it goes, Gaurav. I was risking 10 cents on this bad boy here in SLV. You can see that we're in at 63.90s. We were going to get out at 63.80s, and there we go. We hit a 2-to-1. So what will we do? We'll take a little bit off the top here. Nothing substantial, maybe 20% or so, and we'll leave the rest as a runner. So we'll post up at the 10s. Oh, okay, we caught a fill at 7s. That's not too bad. So we're docking up a second win of the day. So it's been successful so far, still slightly red, but nothing that we can't come back from. I mean, there's not too much time. The last hour or so is going to be relatively quiet, in my opinion. We'll hold this until we get stopped out, break even, or we hit some more profit targets, 64.20. We'll take that all day. Why were Gaurav and I long? I'm going to show you right now. So here it is, guys. Google's starting to come back in as well, but we have plenty of room to breathe here. Lots of 5-minute indecision prints. Boom, buying pressure, buying pressure, buying pressure. Look at this indecision print right there. That is a beautiful signal. I think you should up the size. That is B+ if you ask me, even borderline A- setup right there. So you want to try to push as many shares as you possibly can. Let's go SLV. Make sure those risk measures stay tight, and don't ruin your holidays by going too heavy when you shouldn't.
EWTX got a bit of a retracement, so this could be the opportunity to get in. It's still an 11 penny spread, though, on EWTX. Touches the 10 EMA almost to the T and then rockets right back up. So you feel like the buyers certainly were sitting there with some resting orders right around the 10, pardon me, moving average and popping right back up into 70. So you're already 20 pennies in the money, but it is a little bit too spready for me at the moment. SOBR continues to try to work its way back above VWAP. So I'm not going to trade it until it gets above the $0.50. The $0.50 as well is where the 10 EMA is. And I kind of been observing this a lot lately where one of these small cap gappers will lose the 10 moving average on the 5-minute chart, where it's been using it as support almost the entire morning and then has a tendency to start using it as resistance. So if that's going to be the case, we're trading below it right now. In fact, technically we are below VWAP as well. So it doesn't meet my requirements. Let's see what we can possibly do here on, not EUDA, on EWTX. Let's load up that bad boy now and see if we can get into that. Showing me 69 right now with 62 on the bid, 76 on the ask. I see the 10 EMA at 36, so it's gonna have to come down a little bit more. That way I get it right at that 10 EMA, and there it is, stepping in right into that 45 penny level. Let's see if we can get a mid print. We do get, I believe, 45s there. So we'll give it a little bit of room. I mean, I can give it to, let's say 26. So we'll go ahead and say 26, 26, and if it ends up stopping out there, it ends up stopping out. So 45 showing up here on the ask. Let's go ahead and wait, see if we can possibly get 55s and then 69s as well if it gets a price spike up and resumes trend. Also want to post in the high 70s and high 80s on this one. Again, we're only risking about 20 pennies having gotten in, a little bit less actually than 20 pennies, having gotten in at 45, and let's see if this one wants to hold the 10 EMA at 26. AMCI continuing to dance near that $11 area for those who want to trade it. It's still a 1097 high, and it's got a lot of volume. Really picking up as of late. The volume started coming in late at 1030. Almost now 10 million shares, a little bit less, 9.1 million shares traded on AMCI. So very good strength. Clear $10. I would submit to you that the $10 level is a bigger hurdle than 11, more psychological resistance likely at 10 than at 11. Not a hard and fast rule, just one of observation. Look for a decided break above that $11 area and then possibly a squeeze to 15. This could become a multiple halter, especially if it gets more volume and some shorts get squeezed. EWTX, we're still holding on this one. We're in the money on it. It looks like to the tune of 5 pennies on the bid, more on the ask, but it's got to cross my first profit taker to get involved there. So it still hasn't shown up on the position board, but we do have 45s in at that now. All right, a new high of day here on AMCI, touches from 97 into 99. So only a 2 penny bump there, but it's just showing you the accumulation and the strength on the way to that $11 whole dollar break. So be on the lookout now. This could be the trade, and it could squeeze aggressively. As the price action develops, I'll keep you guys apprised of what the limit up is. Limit up, it just breached it, 1144. Limit up is 1188 now. On AMCI, 1188 limit up, 1144 high of day. This one is the one as it closes in on the 100% mark there. Good look. EWTX, we're doing nicely on this one, showing 75s now on the ask side of the level 263 on the bid. We got shares on this one as well, and we'll wet the beak over here and we'll look for continuation into $27, Joey.
Man, what a pop here on SLV. I was just messaging my boy Gorev there. 63.90s. We're in flat. And then you get a massive pop. The data's not displaying here. I'll pull up this chart. This was a nice move. Yeah, a really nice move. That's what I was talking about, just going a little bit heavier. I have no issues with just the size that I'm on right now. It's relative. Whoa.
Oh, dang.
Oh, damn. What is that one there?
That's for you,
At
my
the
boy.
Appleton Estate, baby. This is what I'm talking about. The Jamaican rum. All right, this is the 12, number 12 right there. So that's some good stuff there. As SLV continuing to climb higher. See, the thing is, though, Neil's a hard liquor guy. I'm not really, like, aside from tequila, dark stuff, man. It's a dangerous game to be playing. There goes SLV. All right, we're going to post up a little bit more here at 60.24. This is some big-time stuff. Is this for the fridge here, Neil, or what? Because I know it's running a little bit low. So the stash will put the Black Panther right. We'll put the, hold on now. There you go. Got the Black Panther on there. Shout out to Obi. So, yeah, I mean, there it is. A nice little move on this one. No eggnog for me. We're hitting the beach soon, Neil. I'm going to be on the beach soon. I can't be drinking that eggnog just yet. We have to stay with the fitness regime. But a nice little move in SLV. We got that Phil Sharif looking for 64.35. This is going to be our next potential target. I only have 40% of the position remaining. We'll take half of that. No, we'll take 30% off there. So we'll post up on that specific zone. Let's see if we can get an additional bounce in goggles as it's slowly starting to come back to the break even. So the two better trades of the day, GOOGL and SLV, guys.
Good look, good look. All right, we took more prints now, about almost 40 pennies in the money here on EWTX. Good strength off the 10 EMA, but still well below the high of the day. The high of the day is north of 27 at 27.08, but it really is the AMCI show. This thing continues to go. It is now an 11.84 high of day, 11.85 high of day, and I feel like I'm gonna have to keep, repeating what the high of the day is because it's going to change so much. It looks like it might be on the way to 15. I mean, you really don't know where these ones top out. Usually they find some sort of round number and then they stop at it, but AMCI is really on the rampage here and a good breakout, especially above $11 where we had been having some issues of resistance earlier, 86%, closing in on 100. I can't quite see what the limit up is at the moment, 12.38. I just got a quick flash of it. So 12.38 limit up on AMCI as it works its way a lot closer to that $12 area, 12.85 high, guys, about 15 pennies off there. I'm seeing an ugly candle come in now on the EWTX trade. I'm going to continue to hold this until it loses the 10 EMA on the 5. I think I have an advantageous entry, having gotten in at 45s, but I also realize even if I've got a good entry price, the spread on this one right now is almost 20 pennies, 42 on the bid, 61 on the ask. That means I can have slippage of 20 cents per share if I try to get out here in a panic situation. So I'm going to keep my eye out on this one. I still see that it's defending trend, so I don't want to be quick to jump out of it, but alive to the fact that it is a bigger spread on this one, and as a result, I have to take into consideration some different risk management parameters. AMCI just dropped aggressively into the $0.50, give or take, working its way right back into that $0.75 area, and now about 10 pennies or so less than the high of the day. Now we just flashed 1180s. There's a seller here at 80. I think limit up now is 12.58. So fantastic strength on AMCI on this holiday shortened day and a great amount of volume. Limit up is 12.50 on the dot, at least for the moment. But there is a seller at 80 on AMCI that we can't quite shake yet. So be on the lookout for that. Great look here for AMCI.
All right, man. Good look. Yeah, we're continuing. Man, this SLV trade, I was just thinking to myself, like, there's so much tomfoolery in some of these other equities. It's like, why don't I just trade silver? When it displays its signals, the probability of them working are significantly higher. I've been noticing that. And the same thing with gold. There's no really, like, liquidity grab, fake them out. It just prints the signals, and then it goes off on its merry way. And there goes SLV. We're just continuously catching the fills here. Some good reload opportunities. Gaurav, I really like this trade on Palantir as well. Why? Let me break it down here. So essentially what we have is a nice move to the top side, and you can see that we're having these multiple bar pullbacks, and then you start to recover, right? The volume cools off. And then look at this one here, guys. You have that move. The volume starts to slowly uptick before you start to come into the pullback. Now, as you run into this pullback, the volume is diverging. You can see it start to stair step down. And then sure enough, it puts in this indecision print with a little bit slighter, higher volume, and it closes completely as, oh my days, as SLV is continuously going, as I'm rambling on here about Palantir. Never mind that. Nice trade, Gaurav. We like those. We like those prints. Remember what I said, and I'm going to stick by it. Every individual candle tells its own story. There it is, SLV, putting in a new 63.90 we were in. We were risking to the 63.80s, and you get that nice move to the top side. Chris Persad, $15 super chat. Merry Christmas and a prosperous New Year's 2026. Yes, I mean, why not? How does the saying go? Not one day, day one. So don't wait until 2026. Start today, start tomorrow, and get those goals rolling, whether it be hitting the gym, being more patient in your trading, trading less, trading more, just kind of finding and circling what you need to improve in for 2026 and start right now, because why not? It's the end of the year, guys.
AMCI on the way to 12.5. Great strength, 1247 high now. 95.75% in Greensville. Looking to go 100. I mean, we don't really need much more. 1301 limit up. So keep your eye out on that. I'll always mention that to you guys. And you can see it yourself on my screen just by looking at the level 2 and the red rectangle that shows up every now and again. You see it on the bottom there. 1301 limit up on AMCI. Really, really good strength. Nothing bad to say about this one. Still holding here on EWTX. Looking for continuation above 75. That's 2 candles now on the 5-minute. The 11 and the 1105 candle, both of which have highs into 77. So there is a $0.75 seller in and around that level. So be on the lookout for that. Continuing to watch AMCI as it works its way into the $0.50. Good look. Not a bad look at all. SOBR losing VWAP, and it's been basically putting in lower highs and lower lows ever since it basically started that $3 touch. It was $2.95, and then it was lower highs and lower lows all throughout. So be on the lookout for that as well. Keeping an eye here on AZI as well. Shout out to KC526 for pointing that one out. AZI on the NQ. It's got 375 high. What I do like about this one, I don't really like the seller at 370, but I do like the fact that it is putting in higher lows into that $0.75. So we'll be on the lookout, not today, Ram. On the way to 375. So we'll keep an eye out on that, and let's see if we can get up a little bit higher on AZI. SIDU, not too bad either. Kind of just, range trading here. Oh, sorry, where's my SIDU trade? Oh, I took it off. Okay, we'll take off EUDA. We'll put SIDU. Yeah, finding support at the volume weighted average price. I want to say about 203, 204, but it really is not putting in any higher lows. So despite the fact that it is holding VWAP, I'm not really inclined to want to jump into this all that quickly here on SIDU.
Damn, this stuff's 43%? I thought it was 40%. All right, man, that's some big boy stuff. All right, guys, SLV, Gorev all out at 64.58. No runner. He's all out of that joint. At the volume weighted average price, I think that's a pretty good play there, Gorev, as the market is continuously grinding higher. One of those sessions, so let's go, man. A nice little trade. Hey, man, we could have had more shares on this one, but that's all right. We're gonna be thankful for today for what we have come Boxing Day. It's gonna be a different story. All bets are off. It's going back to, we're going full size savage mode. So let silver drop back, and I'll buy more, says 1320 Wolf. Very interesting. I think silver and gold, I really want to get involved with these names. I mentioned before sitting on some cash, but I just have such a hard time buying it all the way up here. But we've known what these names have been up to, the commodity space. Like if you go back to April, let's see if we can get this to work for us and not embarrassing. All right, let's see what we got here. So April, we'll get it now, guys. All the way up here, you get 142%. Come on, dudes. This is crazy stuff. Let's head over to GLD. Same thing, roughly, maybe even a little bit more. I'd still like to get involved. Waiting for those pullbacks. They're relatively shallow. Look at this stuff. Like, you don't get much. At this point here, when we were at this neckline, I'm like, oh, okay, we're definitely going to come back and test this. No, you put in a new all-time high there. Let's head over to April of 24. Where are you? Yeah, I mean, there it is at the April lows. you're up substantially. Not as much as SLV, but not too bad of a look whatsoever. Still sitting in Google, still sitting in SLV. If we can break through the volume weighted average price, I'm going to take my last out, Gaurav, so I'll be in that same boat as you. Not much left up here, so we'll post up at 64.60s to see if we can catch that fill as it's heading right into it, Gaurav. Watch, excuse me, watch out, brother, because this could be a nice and final out here in SLV. Thank you very much, Todd Edwards.
All right, worked into AZI at 68s, I believe we have. We just took out some 73s, layering the orders into 77s, 80s, 88s. Let's see what this one has to offer separately. EWTX, taking out my order in the low 90s, but still trading south of $27. Now, that's the bad news. The good news is it took out the seller at 75 to 80. That seller, at least for, a moment, got removed. We'll have to see if he re-ups his position at that level or if he's a profit taker, whether more sell orders come in. What I'm looking for is a decided move above 27. We've got, I think, 3 triple tops on the 5-minute chart from 1045, 1050, and then the 1055 candle, which ended up being quite red. That's the candle that got me into the trade because it found support at the 10 EMA. The problem is, even though we're putting in higher lows, we've got topping tail candles on all these 5-minute candles right here on EWTX. Well, what is a topping tail candle indicative of, especially into an area of technical resistance? Well, it's showing you that the short sellers are really not, losing conviction in their trade. And that's why you get the aggressive buying, which leads to higher lows, but you get the topping tail candles because the sellers are selling into the buying and they're not relenting. So be on the lookout for that because we're really unable to close anywhere near the candle high. And you've seen that now for 3 candles in a row. So I am acutely aware of that. So we'll be on the lookout there. But AZI is not disappointing. Casey, I hope you took this right into 376. Now it's showing we got 68s on this one. A nice breakout trade happening right now on AZI. I'm posted at 80, which is probably a little bit too lofty of a price. Let's go ahead and post here at 74, see if we can get a mid print on that one. And there it is, right up, takes out all my orders right into 80, but it didn't cross on 80, so it took out the other 2. Let's see if it can cross above that now. It is a 75 high technically, but as you can see there on the ask side of the level 2, it is showing 80. 4-penny spread, not bad. I've seen it wider. Case, I don't know how about yourself, whether you saw this a little bit wider. Tightening up now into 2 pennies, 78 on the bid, 80 on the ask. Waiting for the cross above 80. I don't think we're going to get it quite yet, so we'll have to pack the patience there. How's the other trade doing here on EWTX? Looking fantastic as well. Up into the high 80s it goes, and it's got prior bar. It's putting in higher lows relative to prior bars, so that's the trend I'm looking for. But AMCI might be giving you a pullback here. An aggressive candle off that 1247 high, loses it all the way down to 11, and here comes $12 again. So the strength, I don't think, is done now in AMCI, even though it put in an aggressive green candle. It's still substantially higher than the volume weighted average price at 10.5, higher than the 10 EMA at about 10 and 4/5, I want to say. So, it hasn't really lost trend. It's still putting in a nice move, so be on the lookout there as well. How we doing over here on EWTX? Into 86 we go, 74 in the bid, so not quite there for a cross, but we did get the 80 print on AZI, so good continuation on this one. I'll be looking to get some more in on a pullback, Joe.
All right, good stuff, man, good stuff. Neil, I was going to ask you, have you ever had the centipede? Did you ever eat the centipede in rum before? Because my brother used to get some stuff from Grenada and had all the bugs in it. Centipede, worm, everything. And they're like, yeah, rolling for sure at the end of the day. So, yeah, guys, we caught that fill. Let me know if you guys eat the worm in the tequila bottle as well, too. I've personally never done that. I'd have a hard time. 64.60 here on SLV. Slightly negative on the session. But we got all out right there, guys. We're going to send it over to Sia, and then we're going to see what we got going on with our remaining amount of shares on Google.
Hi guys, happy holidays. Welcome back. So let's quickly go through a couple things. So as of 8:30 this morning, initial jobless claims and the continuing jobless claims number came out, where the initial jobless claims came out 10,000 lower than last time, currently at 214,000. Continuing jobless claims came out 38,000 more than last time. The 7-year note auction numbers will be coming out at 11:30 a.m. today, as well as the 30-year mortgage rate will drop at 12 p.m. today, and I will keep you updated regarding the same. Let's take a quick look at some headlines for today. Britain's BP is selling 65% stake in a $10 billion deal with Castrol, in the $10 billion Castrol unit. The oil giant wants to basically launch a strategic reset that includes a green strategy and a divestment of $20 billion of their assets by the end of 2027. India's Reliance Industries, as well as Saudi Arabia's giant Aramco are two names that have been named suitors for BP's Castor Oil deal and unit this May, according to Bloomberg. Earlier today, BP shares have opened at 1.3%, are currently up 0.07%. The share price has also gone up by 9% this year alone and has seen a 15.7% drop as well earlier in 2024. Let's also take a look at Alphabet, but more specifically Motive. As of yesterday, Motive, which is technically an Alphabet-backed fleet management software company, has filed for an IPO. And Motive saw its revenue increase by about 23% year over year in the third quarter. Quick facts about the company is that this is a software for managing corporate trucks and drivers, and its symbol in the NYSE will be MTVE, which was decided by the company as of this Tuesday. The company is backed by investors Alphabet GV, Base 10 Partners, Green Oaks, Index Ventures, to name a few. And last but not the least, we're going to take a look at Dynavax. Sanofi will be acquiring Dynavax, the hepatitis B vaccine maker, for $2.2 billion, which is around 1.9 billion euros. The company is set to pay 15.5 in cash per share of Dynavax, marking a 39% premium over the company's closing price of $11.13 on Tuesday. Dynavax shares have also jumped 37.5% in pre-market and is currently up 38.7%. And that's all for happening now. Back to the guys.
Oh, man, fantastic, fantastic. All right, guys, so we're all out of SLV. We're sitting here. I'm waiting for 313.50s here on Google. Other than that, we have the market hovering around the new high of the day. Tesla, what a monster recovery in the intraday session, guys. Unfortunately, we didn't take that third attempt. We grounded out on the second one. I'm like, you know what, let's avoid this just in case it's a grinding bid to the downside. But there you are now bouncing right into the volume-weighted average price. Let's see if Tesla can continue its move to the top side there.
All right, guys, we took out the last remaining amount on EWTX break-even as it did lose trend. This one did lose a 10 EMA on the 5 for the first time on the day, so we'll go break even on the last little amount there, but it's quick to recover. Yeah, that's kind of the cost of doing business. If you put your stop below the 10 EMA and it ends up recovering, you end up getting stopped out anyway. So moving back into the 60s and looking to continue trend is EWTX. Still holding some here on AZI. Had an opportunity to add into that 70 penny area. Didn't quite get the opportunity. I was not, I didn't have a resting order, and I was trying to focus on EWTX, so didn't get that one. So we'll see if this one can kind of take out 80s, and if it takes out 80s, I could be convinced to get in a little bit more at the highs. Also closely watching AMCI here, as it clearly now, you can tell it clearly has a 12.5 seller. It's not exactly at 12.5. It's in the vicinity, in the 40s, that we can't seem to shake. That's the bad news. The good news is we're still actually putting in higher lows. So if you look at prior bar is 1139 low. Now we're dropping down into 1160. So we're still holding prior bar low. I got to tell you, though, if you're going to base it on prior bar low, you might get bamboozled because the 1110 bar ended up losing trend relative to the 1105 bar. We'll see if that happens again. I'm less inclined to want to jump into anything because I don't want the system to screw up on me again. I really like this one, but I'm not going to jump into it just given the glitches that we experienced earlier on with AMCI. And this one's a little bit below 12 now, but still really holding trend well. I got to give this one a lot of credit. Very, very directional. And I want to say it doesn't have as much bamboozlement as you typically see with these ones that are moving up as aggressively. Sober as well, trying to recover above the volume weighted average price. It's now taking out VWAP. It's now taking out the 10 EMA, but those prices are dynamic, or sorry, those indicators are dynamic. So they're substantially lower than where the previous attempt at breaking it was. I'm talking about, of course, the 1045 and the 1050 candles when it tried to get back above the 10 EMA and it failed. It's now above both of those. And what I do like here about SOBR is it's got bottoming tail candles right into that 220 area, which tells me that buyers were looking at that 220 area as an aggressive buy spot. Not an area that I would have been looking at because that doesn't really meet any of my indicator requirements, but nonetheless buyers anyway. So we'll see what this one has to offer. Quickly now back to AZI as this one dips back down into the 70s. It's a 2-candle red setup now. I'm going to take the opportunity here to double my share size. Now it's 71 on the bid, 78 on the ask. Let's see if I can get 74, and I did. I get the mid print there at 74, so not bad. Let's set up a little bit higher, possibly try to take some profits south of that 80, just given the fact that 80 has been and is, I should say, an area of technical resistance being the high of the day. Back to SOBR over here, as it did drop down, got bought right back up, and now it is above the $0.50. I don't know if it really has broken the lower high trend though. It does if you draw an obvious trend line downward. It has broken that. But what I'm trying to gauge is that 260 area. That 260 area we had trouble for, which kind of got me out of the trade, right? We saw that 260 was trouble at 930. We saw that 260 was support, essentially from 955 to about what the hell? No, hold on. 260 was support from 957 to about 1030. So half an hour of support on Sober at 1060. So I'm going to kind of insist that it really take out 260 decisively before I get back into Sober. It does look really good here though. It does look very powerful, taking out the $0.50, but still south of 260. So I'm going to pack my patience on that one. How we doing here on AZI? Not below the 10 EMA, but not taking out any of my order prints anyway. We're showing 75 on the ask and 70 on the bid. AMCI is coming down really aggressively here. It just glanced at the 10 EMA and it broke trend. So now we have a lower high and a lower low on this 1125-minute candle than we do on the 1115. That 1115 was the one that glanced at 1240 and then ended up dropping down and closing, I want to say, substantially low below 12, 1180, something like that. The levels on AMC are as follows. 10 EMA on the 5, 1085. VWAP, 10 mid-50s, I want to say. So be on the lookout here. AMCI could be a buying opportunity, but so Sober because it's waking up and trying to take out 260.
All right, man. Our final out, if we're fortunate enough to catch this, as the market is putting in a new high of the day. So maybe it's just going to be a slight delay until we get an additional pop here in Google. One thing that's positive is that we're hovering around the volume-weighted average price. I like this. As long as we don't break down too aggressively, maybe we can get that move. And there it is, a nice strong pop. Keep an eye out on the tape here, guys. Some clean flushes at and above the ask. So I like seeing that. We run into 313.40s. Our chances are going to increase. There it is, a couple cent pop just like that. Spread not wide whatsoever. It's just, it fluctuates quite a bit here. So that's going to be our final out. Once again, we'll head back over to SLV. All out of that one right at the peak. We top tick that one for now, just in case SLV decides that it wants to continue to grind a little bit higher off of those indecision prints. Gaurav, I have to give it to you, brother. SLV callouts have been absolutely phenomenal. I'm going to be keeping my eye on this for the foreseeable future. I just feel that these commodities are most definitely in play, and I like it. I like it a lot. Now, as for the TQs, new HOD, SPY, HOD, NVDA starting to recover as well, too. Tesla breaking through the volume-weighted average price, but now forming an indecision print right at VWAP, guys, so keep an eye out on it. But aside from that, let's keep an eye out on Google's because we almost caught that fill. We tapped into 313.47s. One more pop, one more clean flush. I think we're going to get that fill, and then we are going to be all out Google. I don't see anything on the ask just yet. I've seen it printing 48s. There it goes, 50s. Boom, all out of Google. A nice little trade off of the bottoms there. So we go 1 for 2 on that. 50% hit rate as it's continuing to climb a little bit higher. I would love to short Tesla considering we have our opening drive extremely weak. and then now we're starting to somewhat recover, but it feels like we're running on fumes right here, guys. Indecision print. Buyers pushing price all the way up to 481.70, and then we push it right back down to 481.43. I like this, but as soon as that top end of the wick gets broken, we're going to get out of Dodge, or we're not going to take that trade whatsoever. There goes Google, down only 0.25% here on the session. Not too bad whatsoever. We can totally recover that on the day if it definitely continues on this trajectory. Y'all have a Merry Christmas. See you all on Friday, says Trader Forever. You as well. Merry Christmas. I hope you and the family have a fantastic time. Don't be looking at your phone too much. Enjoy the presents around you. Enjoy the family. Laugh, smile, do what you guys got to do. If you fight, arm wrestle, just get into the festivities.
AMC is halted down, 10:30 halt time, 11:25:03 tap, 10:01 halt price, 10:30. So we're substantially below the halt price now on AMCI, and it has lost trend. It's put in lower lows and lower highs. It has lost, at least for the moment, the volume weighted average price as well as the 10 EMA. The 20 moving average on the 5 is showing, I want to say 9 mid-70s, but not a level that I'd be basing TA off. There does seem to be a consolidation zone of note, I want to say from 10:30 to about 10:55, where we ranged between 10, I want to say 10 mid-50s and 9 3/4. So a bit of a range there to be alert to, even though it is below the volume weighted average price in the 10 EMA. There could be buying support here, just given what we did, again, from that 10:30 to about 10:55, that consolidation range over here. So AMCI, halt down. Again, in case you're just looking, 11:25:03 halt time, 10:30 tap, still showing 10:01, so nothing to update you guys on there. I just got more on AZI. It's going to have to hold above that volume weighted average price at 355. So where did we get there? We got 62s. That gives us a cost basis of 67. So we're a little bit out of the money right now, as it's showing me 64s. I also did work into sober. I'm giving this the prior bar low. I already took a couple of beak wetters into that 55 penny area. I want to see if this one can hold trend, and it is absolutely not. Rocketing right back down. I figured because AMCI was halted that we would be, you know, the traders would start jumping into SOBR, but it doesn't look like it is, Joey. So I'm going to send it to you to throw in some stops.
Absolutely, man. Throw in those stops. Make sure you get those risk measures in place. Yeah, I mean, there goes Google continuing to climb higher, but we're not going to complain whatsoever. Now looking for that next potential trade. I mean, we only got a half hour left between Sharif and I, so I don't really need to. So maybe we'll go over a couple of names, guys. I'll wait for it now. There's going to be no rundown or anything in that neck of the woods, so put some tickers in. Let's go over some names. What are you guys looking at in the new year? We'll go over a couple of those. What is most attractive to you right now, and what is something that you slowly start to want to allocate over the year of 2026. Now, Walmart, I like that play. We're going to start it off with that. WMT, Mike Peter Ryder, what are you looking at, my brother? I'm always curious. MU options, we'll take a look at that momentarily. Rocket Labs continuing to climb, but this is going to be one of my most favorite picks. I said, hey, listen, my buddy messaged me. He's like, Joe, I want to start this portfolio, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, hey, man, just go with the best of breed. And I think Walmart's most definitely of them. You can just go through the sectors and pick the top 2 names, in my opinion, and just roll with those. And I think you have a pretty good portfolio set up. But Walmart is just that name that continuously grinds higher. What was this? The deepest pullback, I think, this year was 25%. I understand that's pretty hefty, but recovers pretty aggressively. I mean, it takes some time. You establish a new high, and now you're starting to pull up back off of this specific level. I think dip buys on Walmart are good opportunities. But Sia, what do you have?
We're going to quickly take a look at small cap and take a look at the Russell specifically. Russell's looking pretty flat on this holiday shortened trading session. It's down but it's currently up 0.14%. Retail is actually doing better than any other sector combined. Everything else is looking pretty down. But let's take a look at 2 individual movers today. IONQ is currently trading 0.49 negative, trading lower than yesterday after Director Catherine Chow, told that they're going to be selling 5,000 shares as of yesterday's trading session. The price per share for sale was around $55, which totaled to $275,000 in total. Also, Urban, URBN, after CEO Richard Hayne decided to sell 40,000 shares as of yesterday. The company is performing well and is currently up around 1%. But that's all, nothing major for today. And back to the guys.
Nice. Yeah, good look there. Bastoni, I like that. Silver, you're involved with that. We were looking at MU. Some people are attracted to this name as well. I mean, you're right at the all-time highs with this name. So buying up there, it's not a horrible strategy, but just be careful of some of the pullbacks. Nothing substantial, really. This was the deepest one, and you get 25%. I mean, if we go over to some of the other bigger names like Meta, you have a company that has so much cash flow, essentially, even though it's CapEx heavy, you're down 27% off of that previous pivot. And then if you go over to the February to the April lows, you get a 34% drop. You didn't see that in Walmart or some of those other staples names. But other than that, I like what you guys are pointing out. Sharif, what do you got?
All right, the quantum names seem to be really strong here, guys. Flat top break on a lot of these coming into play. 920 on QBTZ. Very, very good uptrend, respectful of indicators. You have the same look on RGTZ as well. Great strength on this one. Higher lows, higher highs. Couple of bamboozling prints here that breach the 10 EMA, but do find support at VWAP. But for the most part, it's been just an upward channel after that initial move up, which was, that implied balanced price spike. So I trade this as a range, picking it up, towards the low end of this range and then selling it towards the higher end until you get a decided breakout there. I did get stopped out of SOBR for the second time, so that one will be a big loser for me on the day. Flat bottom break. Shouldn't have been trying to take this, as I said, before 260, but hey, I broke my own rules and I'm going to pay for that. And then AZI still holding above the volume weighted average price, but it does have 4 aggressive red candles with this only 55 penny area really standing in my way before getting stopped out, before losing the volume weighted average price. EWTX was another good one for us. It's also a lost trend. Looks like the sellers were coming in there pretty aggressively at 27 bucks, and now we're on the way down at 26, so $1 off the high. Broken down, I guess really what I mean by that is it's putting in lower highs and lower lows now. So a couple of areas of saving grace where you could find support. 25.50, that's VWAP. But you do have these topping till candles as well, which were obviously areas of resistance initially. I'm talking about the 1230 candle at 1230 price on the 930 candle. And then this candle over here at 940, you have a price spike up into about 1280. So if 26 gives way, I would be looking for those for a possible area of support. But AZI did lose trend, so I got to flatten that out here. So Joey, we're going to go negative on the day today as a result of no continuation on these trades. So we're going to pack the patience. Not much time left, so I'll be picking up A+ trades only. We'll see whatever we can get. I have nothing else. What do you have?
Yeah, I'm just going through the chat, seeing what everybody else is up to. MDLN, all-time high, says Machiavelli. I know you were mentioning some options contracts. Was it MU, Machiavelli, that you were asking us about? Just take a look at the money IV, set up your trade, buy the time, do your thing, right? That's just the name of the game. And get out as soon as you possibly can. MDLN, sorry. MDLN. All right, so yeah, that's a new high of the day. You're bouncing off of that one there. I don't even know the actual name of this company. Super chat. All right, let's get right into that momentarily here. Fabian, I almost called you Assassino, but he is impressive. So he's going to be posted up. Maybe considering I'm going to be right in that neck of the woods. I'm not. I'm obviously being sarcastic. Medline. All right, $20. Paula. Yes, from South Carolina, one of my favorite states that I've never been to. Merry Christmas, happy holidays from South Carolina, USA. Thank you both for your great insight and knowledge of the market, but most importantly, the entertainment value. I look forward to y'all every day. Be safe, healthy, and happy. Kisses, you always want the kisses blown, but for you, Paula, anything for Paula Malone. And there goes silver. Mwah, besos. Right there. There goes SLV, new high of the day, 64.80 as a high there, Sia. And then we also have Google running around 313.80s as well, too. So a nice trade on SLV, a nice trade on Google. What is iBit up to? Oh, yeah, we always get the kisses from Paula, man. She's showing the love, and we blow the kisses back. Let's take a look at IBIT. Ooh, big time volume spike. Thank you for pointing this one out, Yannick Nesbitt, longtime viewer. Remember, you've been in the chat for as long as I can remember. Consolidation. And then guess what? On the 5-minute time frame, you have the volume breakout. So not too bad of a move whatsoever. Look at these 5-minute prints right here. It's kind of identical what was going on with silver. Again, we go over this quite often, is that trading is essentially price action recognition, right? Pattern recognition. So if you can find the same things happening over and over again, then you'll be all right. Do they work all the time? Absolutely not. But if you're patient enough, and that's going to be my New Year's resolution, just be more patient. Chill on the first 10, 15 minutes of the open. Don't worry about trading it. Anything north of a half an hour after the open, I find some high quality opportunities as silver is continuing to climb. But you guys see the similarities within the PA here. It's not exactly the same, but it's relatively close. And if you just look for the same things over and over again, well, guess what? Congratulations. You just built yourself a system, and now you get to rinse and repeat and refine that system. All right, so hammer candles right here on IBIT, and then you have the exact same thing, indecision print with multiple hammer candles. This is a 3-bar, I'm not gonna call it a 3-bar play, but a nice 3 print right there on the 5-minute candle, so a nice break above VWAP. And then now let's see if this move here on IBIT can be sustained, or it's just going to break down.
Look, I have nothing to trade, so we're going to do the news. We're going to talk a little bit about NVIDIA and Intel. NVIDIA halting its 18A node testing as the foundry narrative starts to dwindle. So Intel shares, where are they at? Oh, they recovered a little bit. They were down about 3% in the pre-market, recovering nicely here, down 1.15. After Reuters reported that NVIDIA stopped testing their Intel's 18A chip manufacturing process, known as the 18A node, not their most advanced, full disclosure. And they inject, this whole story is injecting fresh skepticism into their near-term foundry credibility and is putting pressure on the stock. NVIDIA had been evaluating whether its chips could be manufactured on their advanced 18A node, but ultimately didn't proceed. This isn't the first time that NVIDIA has tested this. They were persuaded, let's put it that way, by the Biden administration to have a look at it, as Biden also wanted to reshore chip manufacturing just like Trump did, and they didn't like it. But Intel had made advancements with respect to yield. If you understand chips, you understand yield, but not enough advancement in that yield to get the biggest semiconductor name in the game to buy your product. Intel did respond to these reports, and they said their 18A technology is progressing well. I'm assuming here by progressing well, what they're speaking about are advancements on their yield, though it offered no specific explanation for NVIDIA's decision to kind of halt that assessment process, let's call it that. Under the agreement, Intel is developing, just before I go on, they do have still business relations ongoing, just that NVIDIA is not going to be using Intel's foundry. They do have a CPU deal as well as a product packaging deal. Those are separate. And they're not part of the foundry business. So under one of the agreements, Intel is developing a custom x86 CPU for NVIDIA's AI servers. They're also, and we also know that they're going to have a packaging product here, as Intel's packaging system is seen by industry experts to be pretty good. And NVIDIA also did invest that $5 billion into Intel earlier in the year at about $23.28 a share. And they're already up nicely on their money here, man, because $36 is what Intel is trading at. I should mention, though, that deal for $5 billion investment is still pending regulatory approval. Nike, insider buying here, very interesting look. With Timmy C, who's an independent director. He bought 50,000 shares at $58.97 a pop. Let's see where Nike is trading at right now. Nike is at $60.11, so yeah, pretty much break even. He put in about $3 million, 2.95. That was back on the 22nd of December. It was another independent director, Robert Swan. He purchased a little bit more than 8,600 shares, a little bit less than 8,700 at $57.54 pop, getting a better price than Timmy C. He only invested about $500,000 on that same day, so on the 22nd of December. Swan serves as chair of Nike's Audit and Finance Committee, and he's designated as the financial expert under the SEC rules. On a year-to-date basis, though, man, it has not been a good look for Nike. They were up substantially higher than they were now. That is because they sold off aggressively after their earnings report as a result of the weakness in sales in China, and they're down 24% year-to-date. But this insider buying is viewed, I should say, positively by some industry analysts. They say that it could be a vote of confidence that Nike's turnaround under CEO Elliott Hill is progressing. So insider accumulation, again, not a general rule, but insider accumulation at depressed price levels often suggests that management believes the market is mispricing near-term risks. Let me know if you need if you want to jump in on anything, because I'm just going to keep going.
Yeah.
UiPath also in nicely up on the morning. I think it was up to the tune of 7%. Let's see where it's at right now. 8 1/3. So great look here for UiPath. PATH is the ticker. They're set to join the S&P Mid-Cap 400. It's going to be the start of next year, with the change taking effect before trading begins on the 2nd of January. So right on that first trading day, they're going to replace Synovus Financial on the S&P Mid-Cap 400, which is being acquired by a company called Pinnacle Financial Partners. The inclusion of a name into the S&P Mid-Cap or any S&P index really forces some of these passive index funds like ETFs and some others to buy shares so they can shadow the S&P Mid-Cap 400. That creates incremental demand and is often seen as supporting near-term price strength. Shares of UiPath up nicely on the year, outperforming the market at large, 26% year to date, and in fact 17% over the past month, as a result of a very strong third quarter earnings and revenue results there. And they continue. So if you're wondering what UiPath does, they're benefiting obviously from the rising enterprise spend in AI as they do things like workflow automation, cost efficiency, and they have AI-enabled productivity tools. Marijuana rescheduling coming to the fore yesterday afternoon after we got word that President Donald Trump had directed his Attorney General Pam Bondi to finalize a decision on marijuana rescheduling by the end of January. He's given her a deadline. The EO the order instructs the Department of Justice to complete all required rulemaking steps to move marijuana into Schedule 3. A Schedule 3 change would materially change the operating environment for U.S. cannabis companies, especially around taxation and compliance, as well as banking access. That has been a bit of a tough one there, but it really is good for day-to-day operation, as you can offset now operating expenses and business expenses against profit, something they could not do, funny enough, until now, or not even yet, until the rescheduling takes effect. Any rescheduling, though, must be formally completed through the DOJ, the Department of Justice, meaning the timeline still carries procedural and legal risks. In case anybody challenges this now. January becomes a key catalyst window for the cannabis-related equities and ETFs, MSOS, MSOX, and many other names, such as ACB, which is Aurora Cannabis. We got Canopy Growth, CGC, there's Kronos Group, CRON, Tilray, TLRY, as well as many other ETFs. And a Schedule 3 could improve cash flow dynamics by easing the burden of IRS Section 280E, which is a major overhang on sector profitability. Sia brought this. Go ahead.
Yeah, let me touch on some of this weed stuff here, guys. I mean, there's Tilray brands. These names have been absolutely decimated. If you're going to be grabbing them off of the lows, the rescheduling, I think is a pretty good opportunity to do so. There's Tilray, there's CGC, as Sharif mentioned, Aurora Cannabis. Your boy's average price on this name is probably about $1,300. So we're doing, obviously, you know how we're doing on that one, down 99.9%. It essentially can't get any worse, $4.52. This is the moneymaker for me, and that was Canopy Growth Corp sitting at $1.29. I don't think any, okay, was this a reverse split right here? Split. Okay, yeah, maybe it was like 0.01. So anyways, going back all the way up to here, we were involved in this, an early investor, obviously, you know, with the Canadian weed being obviously legalized in the earlier teens or mid-teens roughly. A nice bounce off of that. But TLRY and MSOS, I think, could be potentially good opportunities. And even the ones that are just absolutely battered, going back to ACB and CGC, sympathy plays potentially for some of the weed names.
All right, let's talk about British Petroleum, or they call themselves BP now. Sia brought us this story not long ago, but they have agreed to sell a 65% stake in Castrol to Stonepeak, and it's going to be for a cool sum of $6 billion. It values the lubricant business at $10.1 billion. BP's formal decision earlier this year to explore strategic options for Castrol as they draw interest both from buyers and private equity. They're going to retain, though, 35% minority stake in the business, and they do have an option as per the contract to fully exit after the 2-year lockup period expires. That gives them flexibility and future monetization potential in case they want to redeploy that capital into something a little bit different. The Castrol deal marks BP completing over 50% of its targeted $20 billion asset divestment plan by the end of 27. So for whatever reason, the company wants to take a strategic shift. They want to offload a lot of their assets, I'm assuming, to redeploy capital elsewhere. My first thinking was into green spaces, but as you read more into the article, it's in fact the opposite. They want to kind of reignite their, their oil, their I guess legacy business, so to speak. And that's what the next point is. The sale aligns with BP's recent pullback from aggressive green spending, pivoting toward a core oil and gas operations, kind of exactly what I said there, with the recent announcement of a new CEO. Meg O'Neill, she was the former Woodside Energy CEO, and this is BP's 4th CEO in 6 years, and she takes the helm on the 1st of April, and that's not, I guess, April Fool's there. Investors view the leadership change as a potential inflection point for the company, and market commentary suggests here additional asset or stake sales are likely, which is kind of reinforcing that focus that the company wants to deploy capital back into some legacy operations. Tesla, next here, they face a U.S. safety probe over door release designs. Nothing new for me or for anybody who's ridden in a Tesla before. U.S. auto safety regulators, they have opened a defect investigation into Tesla's Model 3, specifically the Model 3. I don't know why, despite the fact that this design is on all their cars, into the Model 3 compact sedan, citing that emergency door releases may not be easily accessible or clearly identifiable during emergencies. The probe covers about 180,000 cars, a little bit less, in the model 2022. Following a formal defect petition received by regulators on the 23rd of December, the regulator here emphasized that just because they've opened an investigation doesn't guarantee that Tesla will be forced to recall this and make adjustments. The defect petition alleges the following: that Tesla's mechanical door release is hidden, unlabeled, and unintuitive, which I kind of agree with. A lot of people, they look for the door release in one specific area. If they don't see it, they don't look anywhere else. And I don't blame them. But anybody who realize or has been, around and knows anything about Tesla knows that the door release is in the storage compartment of the door on the side. Tesla's vehicles rely primarily on electronic door latches activated by buttons, but experts argue these releases are not consistently visible or intuitive, especially for rear seat passengers. The investigation follows recent lawsuits involving fatal crashes, and the current Model 3 probe follows a different NHTSA preliminary evaluation, which was opened in September to about 175,000 cars. The Model Y was the focus of that investigation. Focus of this one is the Model 3. So same business. I think they're pretty much the same. Meta order to suspend WhatsApp AI terms amid an EU probe. Italy's antitrust authority has ordered Meta to suspend specific WhatsApp contractual terms that regulators believe could block rival AI chatbots from accessing the platform. The decision is part of an ongoing investigation into the suspected abuse of a dominant market position. We'll have more on this in a second.
Hey guys, we're gonna dive into the sector, but before we dive in, I just wanna take a quick look at the 7-year note auction came out, the number a couple minutes ago. Current number is standing at 2.9%, which is 0.14% higher than last time. Now let's quickly move on to the sector. Oracle is up 1.4% ties with OpenAI could potentially drive a $60 billion in revenue. Michael Turnin, the managing director at Wells Fargo, also said that the recent pullback in Oracle's share is just super forced and overdone, and has said that the AI-driven cloud demand is still early and expanding. Apple is up 1%. Quick news about Apple. However, Apple has paused currently its plans after Texas law suspension recently. The state has stopped enforcing a law which basically said that the app retailers and developers will have to check on customers' ages. This particular law was making it a safer space, making the internet a safer space for kids and children and anyone underage. However, Apple has said that it will keep an eye on the judicial process in Texas before making any changes to the App Store, and the enforcement is currently on hold. And last but not the least, I'm sorry, it is not the last. Costco is up 2.4%. People on the internet have been debating whether Costco or Walmart is going to win the retail race this holiday season, but I think it's too early to make that decision. But Costco does look like it does have an advantage as of right now. And Tesla, as Sharif mentioned a couple of minutes ago, is trading negative 0.71% right now. It's under investigation by the U.S. automobile safety regulator for its Model 3 door release defects. And the investigation has opened as of today after receiving a petition late November. That's all, and back to the guys.
Thank you very much for that, Sia. So the watchdog there in Italy is not happy that Meta is restricting access to its AI chatbot within WhatsApp. The probe was originally opened in July, it was expanded in November, and it includes a revised WhatsApp business platform. So here's what they want. They want Meta to open up its AI platform on WhatsApp so that other AI platforms can use it. Meta responded and said, look, this is a fundamentally flawed argument. These third-party AI chatbots, they're going to place unexpected and undue strain on our systems, which are not designed to support them. Our systems are designed to support user requests from our users, not systems that use our system for their users. That's what Meta is arguing. I kind of happen to agree with that, but I see the Italian or the European regulators' point as well. They don't want Meta to kind of have that closed network, much like Apple is doing, where they kind of protect all their products, via an invisible wall, so to speak. The Italian investigation is running parallel with a separate EU one, surprise, surprise there. And the actions have drawn criticism, of course, from U.S. industry leaders and policymakers who are now retaliating. We saw this morning. President Trump is putting visa bans on several individuals in Europe. One of them was a former EC commissioner for the drafting and the passing and the enforcement of the Digital Market Services Act. And Jameson Greer, as I spoke about this morning on, I think Friday last week or even earlier than that, he listed a plethora of companies, European companies, all of which could be now subject to American retaliatory actions against these European companies. So we'll have to wait and see how this all ends up doing. Apple to open up its iOS App Store in Brazil after an antitrust settlement. So Apple agreed to the Brazilian regulators' demand to open up or to allow alternative app stores and third-party payment options, settling a 3-year antitrust case. The internal panel approved Apple's proposed agreement, and the agreement will run for 3 years, beginning once the new rules become mandatory. So here's what happened. Apple must now allow other app stores beside the App Store, iOS in Brazil. Developers will be permitted to use third-party payment processors for in-app purchases, or they can link to external websites to complete the transaction. Apple said, look, we're going to comply, but they did warn that the changes introduce what they're calling privacy and security risks for its users that it can't guarantee. So we'll have to see how that all develops. But the messaging here from Apple, it's about what they're not saying, I guess, so to speak. They suggest that Apple's kind of laying their own groundwork to defend the ecosystem strategy. They really haven't exactly outlined how they're going to do that as they're complying with their demands. I'm assuming something is in the works here to kind of move things away from the App Store so that they can get around these regulations. We're going to have to wait and see. But the probe goes all the way back to 2022 after Mercado Libre, which trades under the ticker MELI, one of the biggest fintech sort of banks in South America. They alleged Apple restricted digital goods distribution in-app payments. Apple now has 105 days to implement the agreed changes. If they breach the change, 150 million, I don't know how to say this, Reyes, which is about $27.1 million. They could be fined with that amount. They did agree as well as part of the deal to withdraw their judicial complaint that they had filed against the body. Anything you want to add?
Yeah. We got a couple of super chats here. We were short on the TQs, guys. We got a nice move to the downside, full size, full risk, really tight stop. Take the majority of it off as I seen the tape flip, and then we get out break even right there. So a nice little scalp to the downside in the T-triple-Qs, inverted hammer candle in the 5-minute time frame, printed. Now, as for the super chats, Merry Christmas, Trader TV squad. Thank you for making 2025 memorable with your content, energy, and passion. From Dallas, Texas. Been to Dallas, and you guys know Terry Black's. That's a good spot. Sharif. Get some extra gym reps, and Joe, best of luck with the surgery. Much appreciated, man. Thanks for those very kind words. And then he were later to proceed to post some pie, and it looks like cake there, ensuing that he wants me to try that. We will not be doing that anytime soon, my friend. Now, as for Machiavelli, $10 super chat. Sharif, Joe, Adara, Trader TV Live, a.k.a. Ram, Neil, Sean, Fabian, Sia, I'm adding those individuals. Have a Merry Christmas. See you after the holidays.
Merry Christmas, brother.
Time to go enjoy my wife's birthday. Hope everyone makes prints for Xmas. All right, happy birthday to your wife there, Machiavelli. Hope you guys enjoy the festivities and the holidays. Don't drink too much, all right? Be responsible and be safe. Once again, everybody here in the chat, we only got a couple minutes left. Thank you all very much for the super chats, for your contributions to the chat, just everything you guys do, the laughs, the giggles, the making fun of us at times as well, too. It does not go unnoticed. Thank you all.
Okay, Lockheed Martin up over 1% here on this holiday shortened day after they received a $10 billion contract modification. That increases the total value of the contract for the C-130J aircraft to $25 billion. It had been $15 billion previously. The award covers multiple things: combined aircraft delivery, development costs, integration, as well as the engineering side. And the work is going to be performed at the Marietta, Georgia facility, with the program expected to be completed by July 16th of 2035. That gives them about a 9-year runway of revenue generation, which is quite good for balance sheet stability. The contract includes, though, foreign military sales. So they're going to be sending these airplanes to Egypt, to Australia, New Zealand's in there, France, Philippines, Norway, Germany. So certainly looking at diversifying their base, and continued international demand reinforces the C-130J as the cornerstone of tactical aircraft platforms. There's no immediate funding obligation. So what does that mean? That means that right now there doesn't have to be any money transferred from the Department of Defense, Pentagon, to Lockheed Martin, so there's no immediate cost to the U.S. government. Now it's going to be more on of when I receive the product, I pay you sort of thing. Durco as well, which is a Lockheed Martin subsidiary, they were awarded a separate contract worth about $210 million, give or take, for the C-130 weapons system supplies. And that deal runs for about 5 years, and it also has a 5-year option to renew. All right, guys. So we're about 30 seconds away or so from sending you over to the big boys. It was a very, very eventful day today. AMCI was really running up aggressively, and then it wasn't. 1247 high. It's lost all the areas of support that I see. Right into $9, moving into 9 1/3. Kind of the same thing with Sober. It caught an aggressive bid right into that 10 o'clock time slot, and then it really just started breaking down, and the shorts were in control. EWTX was good, and then, you know, it really hasn't given up as much as the others off the top. 2708 high, try and hold above $26 now. Anything you want to cover before we go?
No, that's it, guys. Best trades of the day were going to be SLV and that Google long. We took a little short scalp there on the TQQs. We can head over and take a look at some of those names. So there is the TQs, a small short to the downside. Google long was a pretty good opportunity. Oop, that's Blue Ocean, GOOGL. Doo-doo, head that over to the NQ. So this was our final out on Google as it continued to climb a little bit higher. We were nice for 313.50s was the final out. We're satisfied with that. And then as for the final one, SLV on the Amex, guys. Let's see if we can pull. I hate how I have to double click that. Boom. And it's continuing to climb a little bit higher. But guys, it's that time. Once again, from Sharif and I, we hope you all have a Merry Christmas, stay safe, and be cool, guys.
This part of the show is brought to you by our friends at Orogenics because concussions demand fast solutions. NYSE-listed Orogenics, or OGEN, is developing one that is designed to reach the brain quickly and non-invasively. So guys, learn more by scheduling a meeting today. And I am very proud and pleased to send us over for the last hour, I guess power hour now, to Sean and Neil. Take it away.
Yeah, I guess this is.
Welcome, everybody. It is Power Hour. I just realized it is a separate stream, so it's a new stream. Hopefully, we'll change on over. I wasn't sure if we were kind of keeping the same one going, but we'll let people roll in eventually as it rolls over. We got the nog. You guys already saw the rum that's sitting at the desk. The glasses are out, but at some point, you got to get the nog out of the fridge.
Yeah,
do that. Or I'd be pouring it like right now as we speak. But I just put a message in our chat that it's in the second fridge.
Okay, perfect.
And we got the glasses locked and all ready to go. We went Appleton's, and there's a actual reason for that is because, hey, Joe's Jamaican, so I figured, I know, I put it on their table.
Wow, I was like, I better not elbow that, but it's like literally right there.
That's pretty cool. Yeah, it's a Jamaican rum.
Yeah, we got it, Joe, we got you.
You're mixing it, because Joe's like, yo, this is 43%.
No, what's up, Dan Emmons?
You're mixing it with eggnog, bro.
Yeah, we got eggnog. Yeah, we're having.
Okay, so Joe's not having any eggnog. He's just gonna roll straight with it.
Straight.
Merry Christmas, everybody. I see people now starting to work into the chat. Why are we hitting the fail? You can have it enjoy it however you want. Enjoy it however you want. Fabian, no one's required to drink eggnog.
Come on, Fabian.
Did Fabian hit the fail? I was nice giving everybody 50-50 deal. It's now 70-30, Fabian. It's on camera now, so when you scratch that ticket and you win, it's 70% me, 30% you for that double.
Hold on.
Yeah. Every fail is 5% deduction. So hit it one more time for me. Bang, 75-25.
Hey.
I have so many questions about this agreement. Who made this agreement? Did you make this agreement?
Yeah.
I want to see the TNC. I want to see the terms and conditions. I'll know the terms.
No, the terms and condition is when I handed them out, you were accepting the fact that it's a 50-50 deal regardless of what is going on.
Who are you, Apple?
See, you lost.
Who are you, Apple?
Ramin owes me $5.
There's a word for this kind of Christmas, I think.
Ramin owes me $5. I can't wait for you to scratch yours because that's yours. Ramin did yours. You didn't.
No, Sia's does count. You were on the phone. We got that live on the air.
Ramin did yours. Ramin did yours.
We got receipts for that one, unfortunately. But it's
Joseph, we already talked. There's a 10% Grinch tax. Yeah, keep it. I saw it there.
I said, you want $5?
LOL, no.
Oh, yeah.
Wow, Joe.
No, he wants $3. It's a 30%.
Lots of big game.
30% tax.
Yeah, $7, Ramin. $7.
Okay, but in all seriousness,
I lost.
Or somebody, Joe, just do me a solid. Can you go grab the eggnog from? It's in the second fridge.
Yeah, for sure.
Neil wants to get this popping.
I'm just saying, it's 12:04. We're out of here in 55 minutes.
Yeah, so, I'm behind the wheel in less than an hour, so let's not.
Well, I'm not going to go crazy. I have to drive up north too, but
let's not go too crazy.
Take the train home first, and then. Oh man, I still have to have some packing.
There are so many sandwiches left.
You know what? And someone said, and I understand. We talk about how there's a lot of extra, unfortunately, food from the caterer today. Someone was like, "Why don't you guys donate it to the homeless?" Unfortunately, we tried once, and you can't. There's very strict rules, and I don't know what it's like in every city. There's very strict rules of what you can and cannot donate at shelters. Unfortunately, like if it's like prepared food that you can't do, even if it's like that day and you know it hasn't been touched and it's good, they still can't take it. Unfortunately, those rules exist. it's just beyond weird, but is what it
The
is.
whole crudité pile of
No,
stuff.
it's absurd. Like, because I thought it was just those plates, and I realized our plates of individual food, like our lunches, were still
I
there.
know, I still have...
And then there was a platter of extra food. I'm like,
Cucumbers are good.
how does that make any sense? The hummus was, I don't know, I dipped it in the hummus. I was like, the hummus isn't very good.
Oh, it's not. I have that thing of hummus there too. I'm gonna take a few more shares here. I'm
It's time-based,
such an idiot. I should have...
by the way.
Oh, our position boards are wrong. That's all.
Yeah, it's because it usually won't automatically rolls over at 2 o'clock. Remember, if you're just tuning in now, the market is closed in 55 minutes. That means a few things. One, that means imbalances are coming out in 45 minutes. We already have early look imbalances because we're an hour to go. So you already see like Nike's in here. Oh, that's still the open. Sorry, Doc, Ford, BAC. So all of that is going to be in there. We'll get the position board fixed. The market went on a jaunt to the upside.
What if I don't
Like it
see,
looks
like,
more
the position
impressive
board?
on a chart than the 0.25% that it is up. Yeah, or 2.8%.
Ramin may or may not fix the position board, so I don't know. There's some controversy going on.
She needs just get Ramin the eggnog.
We got to get some.
And once we get the eggnog,
we got to get some cups over here. It's not
no,
just
the cup. I already got the cups.
Oh, you do?
I did everything except bring the eggnog out of the fridge.
What do you mean? Oh, okay.
Look at this.
These are Sia's keys or something.
It's a keychain.
Keychain.
Look at this.
All right, let's keep going. No one can hear anything these guys are saying. All right, let's go. Bring it over. Are you pouring them over there? Okay, this guy's pouring them up. You got the glasses on. You got the bartender glasses on and everything. Yo, what's going on? Are you mic'd up? Is your mic on over there, guy?
Yeah, it's on.
Okay, good.
It
Just
looks
making
like
sure.
three blind mice.
We're rocking out.
Yeah. All right. Yeah. What's up, Sia?
Ray Charles over there.
Hey.
I saw Dan
well,
Emmons in the chat, so
way
I haven't
old
seen this
town.
guy in a hell of a long time. So shout out to Dan. I hope you're doing well, my guy, for sure. 100%, man. I hope you're doing well.
Oh, goodness.
It's always great to have everybody back with the Grinch. We've got some little Die Hard action
that's
going
very
on over
cool.
there.
All right,
We're ready to go. This is my,
Yeah.
I don't know, classic one. Right in there. But look, lots of good fun. So I just want to say, this position's probably going to get blown out. Like, we wrote down $36 that we wanted short in Intel. Like, we went to the gym, we hit the elliptical a little bit, we went to the sauna a little bit just to relax, and 36.
It worked the first time.
36 filled a couple times.
I don't know about this.
Oh, okay, yeah. So it came into the 80s. So my average price is 80. So I would love for that to happen right now, and then we'd maybe be able to get out of this position.
Yeah, the downside is just quickly, because like the first initial move off the open got to like 80, 85. So the first time it came to 36, like I was still here, I hadn't gotten the eggnog yet, and then it bounced down and bounced off that prior high. So this is the third time I've reloaded up here on Intel. But you know what's crazy? It's the silver move. It did do it. It finally, like I tried it twice and then I was not prepared and did not get that actual curl. So when it finally broke the trend, it took a while to do it, but this is wild. Like, it's a bull rally when you have something that is just constantly, it'll sell at the open, but the buyers are just waiting to step in there and people take profits. Dan Emmons.
I'm just trying to show Dan the new tech that we have right now. The last time.
In a minute, Dan.
Yeah, the last time he was on here, we probably didn't have.
In a minute.
All
Good
these
to see
things,
you, brother.
But I know we had these things and different fun stuff like that.
Why is there two me's? That's kind of weird.
That's better.
I'm on the wrong side. Isn't that thing on the other side?
I think you're talking to yourself over there. Nothing wrong with that. We're getting the drink. I know. Leave Ramin alone. She's having issues.
Get Ramin some
It's the Christmas. She's slowing down a little bit here as we get going here. What's up to Yannick? This is what we're talking. This is, we're having a great time. Thank you to Yannick for 51 months. Right there. Now, when you are a member, you do get Sharif's morning note, which is absolutely jam-packed for $5 a month. All right, you get all these fun emojis, you get to support the show, and look at this. This is, again, into today. This is a 12-page morning note. Nike, insider buying, the market reaction, the strategic implications, the technical snapshot, the trader takeaways, UiPath getting added to the S&P midcap. What does that mean? Pay $5. You see it all right into here. Strategic position. UiPath continues to benefit et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. Marijuana rescheduling, never heard of that drug. BP sells Castrol steak. There's all this information right here, right now.
How did you know it's a drug then?
All for, be quiet, Ramin. All this stuff popping. You know, we put Ramin, oopsies, I just closed, oops, I did not mean to close that, but how do I mute you exactly? Ramin's like,
There's a button for
you
it.
can mute me in the ear.
If I use this,
Look, we put Ramin on for like 15 minutes earlier, not even this morning. And I told her afterwards, I put my mic away. I was like, look, if you want to take over the show, like that is completely cool. I think the people would love that. And then she said she has no idea what she's doing. And I said, well, join the club.
well, let's get to, we got a couple super chats. We're not allowed to do the super chats, Ramin? Okay, you know what? We have to.
Go for it and see what happens.
We absolutely have to. We've got a bunch of them.
We have a bunch of super chats.
Big shout out to Chris. Hopefully this is the first one. I'm going to miss a couple. Best wishes for the day from Florida.
Yeah, Eddie, everyone wants Ramin.
I'll see some of you in March when I'm down
from
in Dunedin.
Florida. Which part of Florida?
Hey, where are you from? I'm going to be spring training with Indian
Florida.
Springs now, so I love spring training. And here's one. Joe's pouring eggnog as we speak.
Joe, like, what kind of bartender? Like, let's go, my guy. No tips.
Surgery patients recover 99% faster on a diet of eggnog and pie. It's a fact. A very Merry Christmas to y'all. So get it started right now.
Is Joe, oh yeah, that's right.
No
It's mid-Jan, isn't it,
got
Joe?
no pie.
Is it mid-January? Yeah.
And we got no pie.
14th, mid-January.
He's gonna come back stronger than ever.
Look at this guy.
Just run. He'll be like, well, I guess you could. Obviously, he plays some.
Joe, no, I don't think everyone's having. I think you're making too many over there.
Oh, I don't know how many people. I just brought out as many cups as there were people. I don't know if everyone's having.
It's all good. We can have.
I mean,
6.
we are.
Here. And I'm just going straight, so maybe should I just throw a double in yours too, or what?
Don't throw a double in mine.
I don't usually do that much.
Triple.
More
triple. Yeah. I mean, this is
usually a little
eggs and cream, bro. I mean, I'm not going to be.
Shout out to yeah.
No, we need to stir this up. I need
Wait, this is.
Yo, I'm not that fancy. I didn't bring nutmeg or anything. I'm sorry, Sia. No, see.
I think it's coming. We got to stir this up, Joe.
Yeah,
we gotta stir this
you get
up.
a spoon or something?
Spoon.
I'll get the sticks. I'll get the
go get the stir. Go get me a stir stick, my guy. Then we'll start.
I don't think that far ahead. I didn't.
Come on, Neil. You didn't bring the nutmeg.
Yeah,
Anyways, eggnog. I don't know. I was listening to a podcast and they were talking about Christmas traditions. And they mentioned eggnog, but they never mentioned even putting booze in it. So you got to have rum or bourbon or something like that. And then you sprinkle on a little bit of nutmeg, and then you have, it's called rum and eggnog. I feel like it's more, you guys let me know, like in Florida or wherever you're from, like, is eggnog, I don't think it's a thing in the States as much.
There's a bunch of
as it is in Canada.
Is it this guy no, it's this one that we missed. I'm sorry, I got to get this because it was Justin Spangler. You just sent the second one. We'll go there in a second.
We do not have to.
Are we tracking the Clarity Act and your thoughts on how it will possibly affect the DeFi sector? Also, Merry Christmas from, oh my goodness, Go Buffalo Bills. I haven't been too crazy. I think it's going to be something for next year for sure that we have to be concerned about. But thank you for the Go Bills. And then you also sent a second one.
Fabian joining the crew.
Look, we're gonna go to the desk in a second. But if we miss a super chat, or we miss a message, it's never intentional. Sometimes it's just things are happening and we're live, or you could be trading, or we could be talking, and it's never intentional. We try to get to every single
spiced rum. Yeah, spiced rum. Well, that's what we have, right? Did you get spiced or dark?
No, I got like Appleton Reserve. Some people don't like the spiced rum, so I didn't want to necessarily risk it. Let's go to.
This has booze. Okay. Well, I was about to drink it, but maybe
have booze.
We could do a cheers.
Doesn't have booze.
Hey, the show's already lost. The show's already off its rails, and we haven't even had a drink yet. So let's go over to Sia quickly for Money Talks, and we'll come back, and then we'll do a holiday festive cheers. So
thrown that out.
Go get your drinks now.
Instinctively, you have that.
Guys, the show has definitely gone off the rails. We're going to bring it right back with Money Talks. So let's quickly take a look. The U.S. dollar index is trading near the 98 area and close to multi-month lows. The expectations for further Fed easing into 2026 and strong demand that is channeled into gold instead of the USD are capping dollar bids despite the U.S. data. We're also going to take a look at record gold. Gold has printed fresh all-time highs, about 4,500 to 4,520 per ounce. This week, up around 3.5% on the weekend, on track for a fifth straight positive month, which is really good. Metals triple crown in rally. Rally in gold, silver, and copper is being framed as a response to a dollar risk and geopolitical tensions, which is reinforcing a certain pressure on the dollar. We're also going to take a quick look at commodity and high beta currencies are outperforming. Australian dollar and the New Zealand dollar, are up roughly 1.5 to 1.8% versus the USD today. The yen currently remains firm as markets continue to price the Bank of Japan normalization and potential hike rates, with the JPY performing USD. Several crosses over recent sessions are despite the thin holiday session, and I believe that's all. I'm going to throw it back to the guys.
Okay, thank
very
you.
much,
Sia.
Sia.
You
Ooh,
got
I love it. We
Fabian.
got the 4-shot.
All right. How about the girls in the back? I mean, they have.
Sia Dara.
Nog here, so straight. Yeah, what do you want to see in there a little bit more, Katina, man?
It doesn't help if I do that. I mean, you have to
Straight.
do it. Yeah, okay, my guy.
instinct to do
Put the
all
hair on your chest. Ah.
Okay, yeah.
So that's Fabian, everybody. Here's a story.
All right, I have
a man named Brady.
Fabian, yeah. Okay. Cheers. Merry Christmas to everybody. We'll do the same thing. We'll do the same here. Happy New Year's when that happens. Thank you.
Oh, that's
All right, Sia, how's that tasting back there? What? It's actually not that strong, is it?
He just poured it.
What?
Okay,
Okay,
first of
cheers.
all,
Cheers,
Joe
Adair,
poured it
yeah.
in. He's Jamaican, so blame it on him.
It's not. Wow, Sia just throwing shade
Now,
at Joe. being Jamaican
he
over
is
there.
Jamaican.
Yeah, what
and
was it?
I can say that
What
because
was
other
it?
people can't say it. But
was
like
the tone.
Jamaicans
It was
don't
the
play around
tone.
with their rum. They
Joe-
don't play around.
Tone. I don't know what was
Joe,
the tone.
Joe is Jamaican me crazy over here. Joe, what? No, I don't feel. I feel like you just put. I feel like you just put a shot of rum in here. I think.
That's it. It was a shot.
I think it's pretty.
There
I
you
think
go,
it's
1
pretty
ounce
reasonable.
on there. That's it.
All right, so look, this is pretty good
Good,
actually.
man.
About to put on some big trays over here.
Bang. That'll warm me up.
All of a sudden, I can see
Oh,
much
we
more.
just.
much
Oh,
clearer
we
now.
got cheers.
Yo, what's up, Chris? Thank you. Cheers to you too, my
Cheers
friend.
to you as well.
Cheers.
Thank you,
We're
Chris
excited.
Prasad, for the super chat. Merry Christmas to you, Paulo Malone, as well from South Carolina. Best wishes
Yeah.
for health and happiness.
Carolina.
For all that you do, for the experienced traders and newbies like me. Kisses, appreciate you so much. South Carolina.
Yeah. Come on, stand up.
Sean's bachelor party.
Yeah, that's where this hat is coming
I
from.
just said Sean's bachelor party, like your bachelor party. Oh my God.
Yeah. We went to Montreal.
Went down to no. Yours was a
for
Myrtle
yours.
Beach.
Yeah, mine. Yeah.
Yeah.
Who cares about me? All right. Has Joe tried pumpkin pie yet? No, he has not. I believe. Joe, pumpkin pie yet? Okay, New Year's. We're gonna get some pumpkin pie for you. Okay, my guy. We're gonna do some nice pumpkin pie for New Year's. We are here live on New Year's Day as well. All right, just quickly here, just to cover the market. I mean, look, you guys, we have a lot of things planned for the new year, so make sure you do join us back. We are live every single day. Did we talk about this one already? Yeah, South Carolina. Yeah, we got to clear that off. All right, I'll clear that right now. I just wanted to show the market just real quickly to see what's going on. We have talked a little bit today about some of the financials. I mean, during the midday, they went over a few different names, some of the small cap names. There's not a whole bunch going on, but look what's going on today, though. The financials, JP Morgan, another 1.3%. We really like what the financials have been doing, obviously heading into the new year. All of these names, like throw a dart and find one, just don't aim for Berkshire. Almost all of them are at all-time highs. Like, I mean, some of the credit cards got to get going, but as far as JP Morgan, Bank of America, Goldman Sachs, Wells Fargo, Citigroup. I mean, Citigroup is, I don't know why I can't click on this anymore and show the map, but it is an absolute, or the chart, it's absolutely on a run.
Citi and Wells are actually the best too.
Yeah, Citigroup. I think Citigroup actually should.
At 1%, I think. It's 15 to 14, I think, right now.
I might get out of some JPM and throw it back over to Citi, but we'll wait. I'll adjust that as we go. It's NVIDIA that's, if anything's dragging the NASDAQ, is going to be NVIDIA, but we're not worried about what that's doing. That's only down 0.59 right now. If we come over to the screen, we'll just go over this real quickly. Fabian over there, or Ramin, or whoever's doing it. Yeah, so that's what we're doing there. And yeah, almost. You almost got it. Little bit more, bit. There it is. Okay, so yeah, the technology services today. I mean, Google's going to be down, which is kind of funny because we thought that with Waymo, acting up a little bit there, Google would have been down more yesterday, but it was not. It was actually up yesterday. So Google's slowing down just a little bit there today. Oracle up 1.4%. Microsoft kicking as well. That's a nice little upside play. The healthcare space, pretty much. Greensville today. NVO, we can have a look at that. That was going Novo Nordisk, of course, on their most recent discovery and approval of that oral weight loss GLP drug.
Just sold it off again.
Oh, yeah, okay. I was going to say, because it was on a run early. then faded right back down in. So there's the move a little lower right here. So, okay, coming back in now a little bit is Intel. I mean, the level that we wrote, and for everybody, we're still doing the sticky note, man. The sticky note's still right here. We got Intel 36 short. So unfortunately, I don't have the best price. I have 81s right now on Intel, but coming back in, trying to make something happen here if it does get to the downside. Problem is, Neil, and you just said it already.
40 minutes.
We're kind of in the power hour now, and we only have 40 minutes until imbalance, or 40 minutes till the end of the day, 30 minutes now until imbalances. So if Intel comes out of buy, this thing's shooting the moon anyways. So we're getting close to getting stopped out here on Intel.
Yeah, shoot the moon, the market. At least it's attempting to do so. What's crazy about all of this? It's not crazy. I was about to say what's crazy about all this is how strong and resilient the market has been today, but it's not. Like, why should we react in surprise because we got back to the highs? Like, the market has been, ever since Liberation Day, it has just been in an uptrend, unabated to the quarterback. It's a strong year. We had a number. We had this number. We had a strong labor number today. We had good GDP. Although I get it, the GDP number was kind of backward looking. But it doesn't matter. 4.3 is still going to be excellent. So much better than Canada. It's ridiculous, man. Like, you guys get a 4.3 print, and like, we're the best you could say about the Canadian GDP print. And I think Sharif even said it. Well, Canada's not in recession, at least. That's how we describe our GDP print here, and you guys got a 4.3. So you got to be able to take it. Market at the highs, going absolutely ham. Silver is continuing to be ridiculous right now. Like, look at how it's still going. It did another reversal today where it was trending down all morning and then finally reverted. You got gold, which has been an absolute powerhouse. That's breaking out through some highs. The one thing we got to be, at least if you got to be worried about this market, at least for today in the last 30 minutes, it would be, can NVIDIA keep some of this momentum? Because what happened on NVIDIA, again, great reversal. Probably one of the reasons why I had the secondary push that got the Qs to these fresh highs and SPY as well. But it went right to green, or effectively close enough to trying to get green, and then faded. So it got close to going green on the day and then backed off. So it was like strong to a point, and if we lose that bit anymore on NVIDIA, then we might have a little bit of a sell-off. But because volumes are low, I wouldn't expect anything too crazy. It's just that if it does start moving, it's not like there's going to be a bunch of people defending it. Like, if we start trading differently, you're not going to have, like, let's be real. Any like normal dip buyers that you might find in the afternoon looking to pick it up and then hold on to the next day or to swing, they're doing this already. Like, they're not looking to defend. Like, the plunge protection team is not showing up if we have any kind of a rollover here today. They're already having fun.
Yeah, no plunge protection team necessary here. I'm taking a little bite of a sandwich over here, but yeah. Welcome everybody over to.
I kind of pitched the bread, to be honest with you.
Yeah, they're big buns over here, big buns. We want to say thank you to everybody. Oh, Obi today got quite a nice gift over here. Thank you, Obi. He got me.
So Obi's the best, man.
Yeah, Obi is the best, man. He got me a coffee cup warmer the other day as well. NES Nintendo coasters. So the one I have here, I'll pull out another one. I have Metroid out over here right now. Let me pull out another random one coming out. And the game we get today, oh my God, the classic game coming with. This reminds me of my childhood, like when we opened up, there's actually a video of me and my brother, and I think it was my brother that was going ham, when we first got our first NES system, opening it, and you see memes about this, but honestly, it was like meant everything back then, because all you needed was a Nintendo game system, cartridge system, NES, and then, you know, you can play this Mario. I mean, this is so cool. This is a coaster, but you could play these games for hours and hours and hours, and the graphics were like back then, it was like really awesome to be playing these things.
You know the game I
like
played
you said, there was a Duck Hunt, and it was
Duck Hunt was crazy, but it was the second Ninja Turtles game.
Yeah,
the first Ninja Turtles game for the NES
see what other ones
was
are here.
notorious for being impossible to beat. So like nobody liked it because you couldn't beat the game. But the second one was like they kind of overcorrected too much.
Yeah.
Like it was easy to beat. Like I remember the first time I played it with a buddy of mine, like we crushed it. It was so easy, but it was a lot of fun.
Yeah.
I never forget those moments. And you know what? Just keeping it real.
Those are what make the moments.
Straight up, a couple of buttons on a controller is where I'm at.
Oh,
now
no,
they got all these joints.
I can't even play, like, when we're playing.
Against my daughter, and I'm like, what are all these buttons? What button is this? What button is
Yeah,
She's like,
no,
Daddy,
no,
it's
no,
easy.
no,
I'm like, no, it's not easy.
It's not
Like,
easy.
look at the controller that I used to play with. See, A button, the B button, select and start. That's how we used to roll. We didn't have all this other nonsense, LR, right R.
It's opposite of easy. It's very confusing.
It's way too complicated.
Like, we got the PS5. I'm just like, okay, X is shoot, B is pass. I'm done. That's enough for me. I don't need to block no shots.
It's simple.
All right. Yeah, Fabian's scratching over there. Fabian, good luck, man. Remember the Grinch. All right. Super Mario Brothers 2. Super Mario Brothers 3.
2 was meh.
Yeah, 3. This game started it all for many people. The Legend of Zelda, right there, coming into play. The other OG, Duck Hunt, right there, coming into play. Ooh.
Duck Hunt was one of my favorite. Neil, I like that you mentioned Ninja Turtles because Ninja Turtles and Power Rangers on Nintendo was amazing, man.
Legit.
That is a good point, Dan. You can connect your PlayStation. Yeah, you could use your PlayStation 5 controllers as Bluetooth. You can hook it up to your trading terminal.
True.
Mario Party. Do you guys play, Katina, man, do you guys play Mario Party or no?
We have it, but it's,
you have it?
Yeah, it's not like the most exciting thing in our family now.
Mario Party was
I do like Mario
what
Party.
me and my cousins would play
Yeah.
a lot when we were younger, right?
I love
4 of us, yeah, and you
Mario
just rip
Kart.
around.
Sia loves it, that's for sure. What we need to do is hook that screen up one day.
yeah. I mean, playing Mario Kart on that
Mario
screen,
Kart.
like a four
That's
box.
crazy.
So, Fabian,
Joe, I'll deal with
is
you
this
real quick
true?
on
That
Mario Kart.
screen is like it goes to
Katina, man.
8 separate
Real
shots?
quick,
You can do
Joe.
on that?
Joe, you'll be like, are we even playing the game? Did it even start yet? And meanwhile, I'll be like probably lap 3 or 4.
Katina, man, watch out. I was a menace. Rainbow Road? Watch out, brother. Come on.
That's what everybody
Maybe if
says.
you have a couple more rums.
I'm ruthless with the first place bomb too. I'll send that sucker going. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, the Blue Turtle Shell, the first place bomb, man. Good luck.
All right.
But
Donkey Kong.
your Huckleberry, I did have an Atari, just for the record.
Yeah, I had a ColecoVision, so
Yeah, we're old school like that.
yeah, people don't even know
What
about
else we got
Coleco.
in there?
We got Excite Bike.
There's a more undercover.
Yeah, not many
That's a
people
more undercover game. Go
know
back
this.
there we go.
Excite Bike. And that's it. So I think there's eight games or so. And then, and then the original one that we took out the first time, of course, Metroid, right there. So thank you, Obi. That was a great, absolutely
Asteroid.
great gift under the Christmas tree. I didn't actually. My daughter yesterday said, Dad, like, what do you think you're getting for Christmas? And I didn't even tell them anything. So I don't really know what will be under the Christmas tree. But like I said, I think there's a lot of gifts under there for this year. So I think Marissa did real well for the family. So thank you to her for doing all of that. It does look like Intel's coming back in a little bit.
It's starting to pull back. I mean, the market's actually starting to pull back a bit here. So here's the NASDAQ for everybody. If you're just tuning in now, remember 33 minutes until the close, 23 minutes till the imbalances, but you are seeing the market start to pull back in here a bit. We'll probably, I feel like it's going to take a lot for us to go red. Like, this is Intel. Just looking for that to pop back into the volume weighted average price. I have some bids from earlier and from when we got the 36s, but for the most part, I don't see myself in anything else unless something crazy changes here. But let's go to the desk. Budera.
Hi guys, this is actually a really good time because I know Sean and Neil were talking about these banks earlier, including this one, Citigroup, with C reaching multi-year highs earlier this week and this entire finance sector having a really good period. I want to take a look at the annual net income for Citigroup. So as you guys can see, the fluctuation on this is just insane. There is really no consistent growth. At one point, they reported nearly a $20 billion net loss, more or less. And that same year, they received $25 billion in federal funding, federal relief here, which is funded by taxpayers. Interesting stuff. You can check this out at X at TTV Research, but not yet. Hasn't been posted yet. So keep an eye out on X. I do have some posts pre-scheduled to be released during this day and a half that we have off. Back to you.
And make sure you go check it out. TTV Research every single day.
Always.
Get everything. All right. You're waiting. You're not going to scratch your card till later on. I've already lost. I don't know if Fabian won or lost.
That just means I'm going to win.
What?
You have to wait for the kids to do the scratch, and then they're going to win. That's how it works.
Yeah, Ramin wins in life and in lottery.
Exactly.
And then,
a lot.
yeah, exactly. Does it? It does say a lot there about Ramin winning all the time. So that's why I told her she could definitely host the show. Why don't we should bring Ramin on? But Fabian,
Pop
show
says
everybody
don't
what you
let
got.
Joe drive.
The
Already, Joe? You good, bro?
drink. What do you
Yeah,
got?
I know. There it is. One Piece. So my kid's loving One Piece.
Yeah.
And what do you got?
Is that what you got?
What, oh, it's a card set? Oh, Obi.
What Obi got you? Wow.
I missed it. Oh, there it is.
Okay, okay.
Super cool.
What card is that?
Monkey D. Luffy?
Oh, the Queen. All right, all right.
Okay. Oh, it's like a deck of cards with One Piece
Monkey
guys
D.
on
Luffy.
it. I should have got that for my kid, actually. That was That was a good one. So, yeah, tell us in the chat what gifts you guys are looking to get. Like, I don't know, right now, and PS5 is not really, I think a lot of people already have those things, like new iPads, I don't know, clothing, I don't know. I think it's a win when you can get away with getting your kids clothes, because then it's like, you literally buy them the clothes every day anyways, and then...
Well, especially when they're still growing, like, all you do is buy new clothes.
I doubt my kids.
And shoes is the thing, because they're always, like, they're just constantly buying new shoes. And then the sports shoes don't last more than one season.
No, well...
So, and then... It's like her
my
skates.
13-year-old size 14 feet. Like
every year, like your skates have to get new skates every single year. It's like that's the bigger
season tickets to the Yankees. How the hell are you getting those, my
season
guy?
Tickets to the Yankees, just Kendo?
Justin Kendo. That's not a gift, man. That's like an inheritance, basically.
You know what would make that gift even better? Season tickets to the Yanks, if they were good. That would be amazing. But you guys,
might have to go through a few.
Yankee lose.
Yeah, the Yankee lose, and Blue Jays also.
Okay.
Yeah, okay. Neil will do it.
Yankees lose.
Yeah, the Yankees did lose.
I have to, man. I have to. I'm a season ticket holder with the Jays, so it's a lot of good fun. I spent 1 year of my life as a New York Yankee fan. My favorite player growing up was Jesse Barfield. In 1989, I think it was like 3 weeks into the season, the Jays traded Jesse Barfield to the Yankees. I refused to watch a Jays game for the whole year. I used to listen to the Yanks on the radio. I'd watch their games when they're on TV. And my pops was pretty cool about it. He's like, we're Jays fans, but I'll let you do your thing in mourning of your player. And then I actually met him at a church event. The guy's super nice. But let's go handle a little bit of business. You guys know what we're about to talk about here. We're about to talk about the revolution. It's a revolution, and that revolution is limited risk trading. Why? Because traders are often on the sidelines, afraid to lose money. Or maybe they don't have enough capital to start with. Well, the limited risk trading model allows traders to use funded capital with Trade the Pool, and they absorb the downside. So you can focus on your discipline, consistency, and growth. When you hit the profit target, you get to keep 70% of the profits. No fear of barriers, just a real opportunity. This is the revolution of limited risk trading powered by Trade the Pool. Visit tradethepool.com or scan the QR code you see in front of you on screen to get 10% off your first evaluation. And what I love about the fact, I know you're eating right now, what I love there is, in pure spirit, you know sometimes when you're eating and you choke on something, instead of grabbing water, which I know you have, and I know I have, Sean went right for the real best.
Yeah, I was like choking on this little piece of carrot.
Choking on a carrot.
Give me that eggnog.
Let's just go get the eggnog, the spiked eggnog, because that's what you do. No, but that is what you do, and we do so responsibly, everybody.
I do have to. I have to stop and get some eggnog on the way home. So that's what I was saying to you. I could grab it because I got to go anyways. But Neil went out and grabbed it during lunch. So thank you, Neil, for all of that one.
Believe it.
What's that?
It's not cold. It was nice out.
No, it's gorgeous. I mean, it is gorgeous outside. Unfortunately, it will not be a white Christmas
No,
unless it snows
nice.
somehow tonight. It is gorgeous outside right here. And my mic? Okay, let's go over to Sia.
Thank you. We're going to do a quick crypto segment right now. BTC is up 0.48%, but very, very interesting news. A hacker by the name of Alexei has transferred another 1,300 BTC coins worth approximately 114 million to unknown exchanges over the past week. Wallets are still holding 4,100 BTC valued at 360 million. But Moscow courts have seized most of the hacker's assets, but there's still uncertainty about his jail sentence. We're also going to take a look at BlackRock, which has suddenly moved 428 million into BTC and Ether. BLK is currently up 0.5%. Just 24 hours after BlackRock's last transfer of deposits, it has formed another long streak of BTC and ETH sell-offs again. Total deposits are worth nearly 430 million, which marks the second time that BlackRock has moved the tokens in suspected attempts to sell this week. And currently, ETH is up 1% as a reaction. That's all. Back to the guys, and Merry Christmas.
Christmas, yeah, I like that.
Absolutely love the Christmas sweater. First time. that he is with us and right into that spirit. That's how we do around here.
Yep, yep.
Although
Sharif and Joe, the only ones not wearing. Well, Joe's wearing Christmas sweater, so it's all good.
Get him.
It's only funny because I know he's wearing this sweater all times of the year. So how is it? It's a sweater. It is a sweater.
It's a sweater.
It's a sweater.
And it's pretty ugly.
That's not, no, it's
Ugly.
nothing.
It's not an ugly.
Joe, it has nothing to do with that. It was, I mean, Darren nailed it. It was just a sarcasm there about like the
Obviously
Christmas
not ugly.
sweater there.
Not even close to ugly.
Yeah.
The funny thing was, I actually had to decide which one to wear. Like, I'm different. I had like 10. We have so many ugly Christmas sweaters that my wife was like, pick out the 3 or 4 that you're choosing between, because she takes 6 of them to work for their event because no one at her work has any. So
Yeah, let's get Ramin on the.
we're
on
always
the
like
air
lending
over
them
here.
out. That's how we roll. What's up, Ramin?
There we go.
Oh,
I am a gift, man. I am a gift.
The gift. The gift that keeps on giving over
Yeah,
there.
exactly.
it really does.
Is that a heated sweater? Said somebody.
Ladies and
It's
gentlemen.
pretty warm, to be honest with you.
It's pretty warm in here. Yeah, we're getting ready. We're almost done. So here let's do a drink check. See how much you got left over there.
I have
Drink
too
check.
much.
See a drink check. Drink check.
Drink
Adara.
check.
Sia, you got to get going a little bit.
Dara's not playing around.
All right, let's see.
It's really good. And it wasn't like any special. It was just like the regular brand eggnog. Like, it was that Beatrice, like really generic stuff.
Yeah, there's a PC. There's a PC black one.
There is a better eggnog, but like they had one option at the Raba, so.
Yeah, Dara probably could outdrink all of us. That is probably right. I basically don't really drink anymore. So
Back in the day,
back in the day, we're gonna have a back in the day story again. Okay, so I was trying to see like what's actually moving around here today. So if we just go over here and look at quickly, we'll just a couple sorts of stocks here. This is my own watch list, so we'll just sort it by percentage change. We'll start with the red names because there's not too many of them here today at all. I mean, if we're going to look anywhere, it's Marvell, which I really love Marvell, so that's a little sad for me. Down 1.53%, MRVL, so that's getting hit today. It's been on a nice run, so we're all happy with that. Coinbase down today a little bit as well. It's 87,400 now on crypto, on Bitcoin, so that should be fine, actually, Coinbase. I'm not sure why that's down 1%. Intel, look, I mean, I was hoping it would be down a little bit more than that. We did start the day down 3% on Intel news. They're about NVIDIA and the 18A process. They're having a look elsewhere, and the U.S. government comes in and says they're not savable or they're not too big to fail, whatever that quote there was today. And NVIDIA is also down, Alibaba's down. And then on the flip side of it, what's on the upside here? We got Micron up 3%. There's nothing stopping that name, man. MU just keeps on kicking higher. We're almost out of our Intel here. It's at 3604. Maybe I'll give it to 3604. I was going to give it to 06.
I stops at 5.
I think it's like right there right now. I'm going to go to 3611s. I was going to go to 06, but it just had a nice little bump up there.
Almost.
PayPal up. JP Morgan, 330 for JP Morgan, man. That one just keeps on kicking as well. Apple, Boeing. Boeing's on a nice run, man. Boeing, first of all, there's 330, sorry, for JP Morgan. This is a great, okay, we'll get rid of this watch list. Just trying to show you guys there's not too much cooking today. But wow, JP, let's go back over here and check out JP. What a run this name is on. Just kaboom right there. This is an impressive 3-day move. As we enter, the rate cutting season is obviously here. Although we talked about rate cuts earlier on, and there's not much hope for this rate cut moving forward. And obviously we have to refresh. And as we do that, we will just continue to blah, blah, blah. 86% chance of no rate cut. And I'm not sure there's going to be enough data to change that. Like, this is January 28th, so we're about a month away. 87% chance of no rate cut. Head into March, then that's when we start cooking a little bit. That's a 45% chance of a rate cut in March. So at least there's something happening there in March. So we want to look forward to that rate cut cycle starting to go. But yeah, like, it's just been a nice move up there for JP Morgan. Continues to break highs. We talked about Citigroup and everything else as well starting to go. So lots of stuff happening.
Couple of things. One, I'm now out. I'm not gonna reload this one. Even if it comes back in, I'm done with it. I'm done with Intel today. But we got a super chat from Green Saber. Green Saber. I like that. Green lightsaber like Luke. Now I can't read it, the first part. All right, cheers to everyone from Maryland. Maryland, U.S.
Shout out to Maryland.
Thank you, Trader TV team and community, for all you do. Wishing everyone a happy, healthy, safe, and prosperous Merry Christmas and 2026 New Year's. Love and peace to you all. Perfectly said. Absolutely perfectly said. It's such a great community that we have. Like, you know, like Joe, when it gets mentioned that Joe's having ACL surgery in Jan, it's like all the good wishes that we get, which is super cool. And we appreciate all of you guys so much. You guys are awesome. We have the best community out there. That sort of thing. It's not just even about the trading sometimes. Like we've had people in the chat that'll say, you know what, I actually trade, let's say Forex or whatever. I only swing trade, but I don't want to be sitting in front of the screen alone. So I just sit here and listen to you guys, and it's just basically like having something on in the background, have a family to talk to. So appreciate you guys for sure. I hope we've gotten all the super chats. I don't think we've missed any, but let us know if we've missed any. Let's go back to the desk with Adara.
Yeah, I just wanted to say a quick thing here about the Fed, just to kind of weigh in on what Sean and Neil were saying, because I agree. It sounds like this spring is maybe the most likely, and I think also if you listen to these Fed comments, that really echoes that. So, for example, we had Fed's Myron, who is by far the most dovish Fed, coming through in September here. He started in September. His term is set to end at the end of January. But either way, Fed's Myron has consistently voted for 50 basis point rate cuts. Now, he actually said that the next meeting, he might not vote for the 50 basis point rate cuts. The fact that even he is saying, you know, maybe he'll just vote for the 25 basis point rate cut, that is significant. The other thing I want to mention is Fed's Hammock, who has been a notoriously hawkish voice in the Fed as of late. She's also said that she doesn't think there's any need for a rate cut until maybe the spring. So I just wanted to weigh in on some comments we've had over the last week or so from the Fed with regards to what Sean and Neil are saying. You guys know I'm always on it with regards to what Fed is thinking what at what time. Back to you.
And we're still waiting also like for that Fed chair, right? I mean, once that announcement.
Thank you very much, Adara.
I still think it's leaning Hassett, I think, right, Adara?
Yeah, it's still Hassett. It's
so we're still leaning that
53.
No, 3%.
58.
Throw it on the screen, man.
Oh, here we go. It was letting it refresh. 58% for Hassett, 24% for Warsh, and 11% was still some believers in Waller. It could be Waller in here. You got to fade that one, but Sarah?
Sorry, just really quickly as well. I think maybe part of that is because we know the bond market does not want Hassett. There's a lot of people who have apparently reportedly come to Trump advisors and been like, hey, Hassett's not going to really be a good look for the bond market. However, we know Trump yesterday said that he really only wants a Fed chair who's going to listen to him, which maybe takes someone like Waller, who is currently on the Fed board, out of contention. It might also take Kevin Warsh out of contention as well. So I think just based on that, again, sorry to keep running on here, but I think Hassett probably likely, even though I'm not sure how the market's going to react to it.
We'll see. The bond market has been.
Like they already know, right? So I mean, it's like it's one of those expected things that seems like it's going to happen.
It's the whole Fed independence thing. Like at the end of the day, if your biggest qualification over the others is that you are more closely aligned to the administration, given what the role of the Fed is meant to be, there's going to be concern there, obviously. Like have a look at when the central banks don't have that kind of autonomy. And all of the other examples that are really extreme, like you point to places like Turkey, and it's like, well, you know, the president there also no idea about economics.
Turkey?
Or was it Erdogan or Erdogan?
Yeah, no, it's okay. I'm just saying like Turkey versus the U.S.
But that dude was literally on the complete opposite approach to inflation. Like it was just he was completely convinced it was just
he wanted to go the other way.
Just do literally the opposite of everything economics. And well, I mean,
to each their own, but
it didn't work out. It really didn't work out. But to each their own. Like I don't think when that example gets given, we don't have anybody that extreme here. So even if there isn't as much autonomy, like there's nobody that level crazy in terms of understanding economics, in my opinion. But it is what it is. Yeah, that didn't work out.
Yeah, the new Fed chair, I'm not really sure it matters that much. I mean, the Fed's going to do what it's going to do. It's still a voting mechanism. And the Fed chair still has the one vote. It's just representing what's happening. We had, 3 dissents last time or something? So we'll have to see if that continues and if that rate path is still, I think it was 2 cuts are expected there in 2026. So plays for next year. I think the financials could do really well. I mean, we've seen a name like Robinhood get hit recently, and it's not even down that much. I still think Robinhood can get hit a little more before we really start to think about buying this name up. But when we talk about tokenization of stocks, when we talk about maybe a rebound in crypto, I mean, these are all, everything is nobody really knows exactly what's going to happen with Bitcoin. I mean, I think there's enough bulls and bears out there. They're knocking heads right now. 71% up for gold this year. And then even if you go and you say, well, you know, Bitcoin, this is Robinhood, but you know, Robinhood this year was $35, $36 at the beginning of the year. They will not have this kind of a 4X. The next, like, this is not a $600 stock next year at this time, not from what I can see. So I think the theme for 26 is going to, thank you so much, Migraj. They're wishing you all the joys of the season. Yeah, right back at you. I mean, we're all very excited. We've got, you know, Neil and I've got the 3 kids. Neil's got the 1 kid. We're all very excited. We're all doing family-related things, so it is a good time. But what I was saying is that I think this year it's going to be more about stock picking at certain levels, waiting for your prices to get there. We all know the story, right? I mean, NVIDIA came into a great level of 170, and with little to no change of news or anything like that, you know, it's right there back. If anything, there's news of these Blackwells sitting in dumpsters in China right now, but NVIDIA still, NVIDIA still all the way up. If you come over to the chart, like, it came into some key levels here of 170. So as long as you were patient over the last month or so, you know, you got 170, now it's 188. So you're in the money. So next time it drops down and everyone's all worried about it, it's just down into your price. You know, like, we bought 175s on NVIDIA. So I think that's what this year is going to be about. It's going to be about stock picking, making sure that if you like Google, you don't have to jump in there and buy it immediately. You like Uber, you know, get it at certain prices. That's why we have the 200 period moving average. It's why we have certain, you know, metrics like that we look at continuously. So I think the market's on your side. Earnings have been great. And by the market, I mean the Fed. We got the Fed is in there. So they're fine. They are going to be cutting. Earnings have been great. Earnings were, I think it was 83% or something beat on the S&P 500. So that's going well. We have a good GDP print.
The only concern,
The
only concern I have is what the gold market is telling us. Like, what gold and silver and the metals are doing while the market's at highs is a little bit abnormal, because usually they're usually going to be breaking out for other reasons, not while the market is also breaking out. So there are some signs in there, but the thing about it is too, is like most of those correlations, they're always in markets that are so vastly different. Like, we haven't had a post-COVID spending.
I mean, this is 3 straight years of the NASDAQ 20% or more.
Yeah, because we've never had a situation where everybody in the world printed money for an extended period of time. Like, everybody printed money, so there's still so much of that chase going on, and we don't know. Like, was the unwind, like, was that 2021, 2022? Was that really the unwind of all of that? And if that was, then we should, in theory, have much more to go, because that money has to find its way into assets, and and it's like it can't find it fast enough. Right, so you have the AI play going still, and you have all the quantum, and then the nuclear and energy is also going, and the metals are going to be going, and now financials are strong too. So, well, energy's trying to go, I should say, but they're not really. It's just the nuclear names. But I think you have a situation where it's just so vastly different because of how much money printing happened. Only 2 minutes to go to the imbalances, just because we always do. There is nothing on the early look, unless you're very excited for Ford being a buy imbalance of 1.5 million. Shout out to Randy.
That's not bad. We haven't seen that in a while.
I mean, it's not bad, but the fact that there's nothing else in there kind of tells the story. And Ford is doing this, so Ford's not moving like anything else. Yeah, kind of we expect it to be sleepy. There should be action on Boxing Day, specifically because that new IPO Medline, a reminder, they're going into one of the S&P indexes.
Oh, we could have looked at that today.
So that'll be like I think it's supposed to be 9 million to buy MDLN. Great IPO, man.
But I mean, Carvana was huge. They had so much more, and I don't think you guys. What was going on with Carvana that day? It went down, didn't it?
Oh, you know what? It came out I think it came out small in the wrong direction. It was a disappointment. I think what set this one apart, hopefully, Medline, is I don't remember a time that there was an IPO that was getting added to an index that quickly. Usually, if you're coming to market, you're not mature enough.
Right.
Even to go into, like, not the S&P 500, but even to go into any index. It's a big deal. And
some of these companies are coming. Yeah, I've been saying they are developed companies.
If they're not new. Like, none of these IPOs.
Palantir was 20 years old when it direct listed. So, yeah, shout out to Alex Karp and company. Medline was a great trade, obviously off the IPO, and it hasn't even had a down day since then. Although it looks like the second day obviously was down. I don't know why that's green on our candles. Yeah, F-Jet's another one there as we blast into space. Oh, what's ASTS doing? ASTS, 79, okay. So this was the other trade. So we just have, I might go for 2 today because this Intel's probably gonna take me out. It's at $36 with only right now 40 seconds left right now. But yeah, we went long on ASTS today off their launch and successful launch into space there as they get ready for space traffic as far as networking is concerned. And yeah, 85's down, dropped through 83.50. We got out of that one. Should have, I said this too, sometimes when you break key levels, that's like the short there. So we should have possibly gone short and made that back real quick. But we'll go over to Neil and then we got these imbalances. Okay.
Well, if you're looking for exposure to the markets, then Beta Pro by Globex Canada is going to be your jam. Why? Because they're the largest provider in Canada of leverage and inverse leverage ETFs. They've got 3 new ones or 6 new ones, 3x bull and bear exposure. You got the S&P TSX 60, U.S. Treasuries and semiconductors. Management fees are dropping to just 65 basis points till end of year. Only a matter of days to take advantage. 1 week till December 31st, everybody. You've also have U.S. focused strategies using currency hedging, so you have potential for more pure performance and exposure. So if you are a tactical, sophisticated trader looking to amplify your performance, check out betapro.ca, 3x daily to learn more. Scan the QR code you see out in front of you. And now we will look at the imbalances where, as predicted, BIL.
Well, NVIDIA's there.
And Ford's, of course, going to be there. But it is pretty quiet. You got to scroll down to find NVIDIA at 500K. Not much. 500,000 for NVIDIA, 400,000 for Intel. Yeah, that's pretty much nothing. Like what a Mondelez is in there, WBD's a 300,000 sell, so pretty small imbalances. Did NVIDIA even budge is the real question with that 500,000 imbalance. A little bit. A little 30-cent spike there if you happen to be inclined to trade some NVIDIA, but nothing too crazy. I mean, it's, again, with 9 minutes to go till everybody's going to be celebrating with their families, hopefully. Going to have not too crazy action. Don't expect a lot of volatility.
Let's put a Christmas tree or something up in the middle there. Can we get that like something for a dare? Like I feel like we should have a fireplace or.
I love the fireplace thing.
All right, what's up, Pops Mafia? Let me go look to see if we're going to get stopped out of Intel very soon. Is XOM on here? Okay, let me have a quick look. We can actually sort this by alphabetically. So I wish I could just like type it in. There should be like a board, like you just a search bar. You type it in and you get it. X. What am I doing? Yeah, I'm looking at you. A, B, C, D, F, G, H, I, J, S, T, U, V, W, where is it? W, W, X, O, M.
You know what I do?
Sort by volume?
I got it.
Well, how did you get it so fast? X, O.
No, I have a cheat.
Oh, you already have it.
It's a small sell imbalance of 140,000. So what I do, if you're at Real Trading, this is a cheat.
See it there,
it's not a cheat, but I have like a list.
Yeah,
so
you
I have
add
all
to
these
it.
lists. I have one that's like close trade, and then I can put like a specific symbol in. Like when Carvana was getting added to the index, I had only Carvana on this, so that the only imbalance that would show was Carvana's. And that's actually left over from the last time I used it. So I just throw in XOM, and then I can quickly see that it's 130,000 to the sell side. So if you're with Real Trading, that's an easy way. Everything is built off lists. Like the same list that I would use for my quote board, which I have right here. I have all those same lists in here. Do I have a healthcare one? I haven't. Oh yeah, I do have a healthcare list. I should really update this.
Yeah, I literally got to almost 1,100 today. Wow, low of 10.
This is back when I actually owned Danaher shares.
Where's the current price?
Really?
Oh, the last price in the middle there? Oh, it's because it's too many 1076.
Yeah, I usually only look at it for the percent up and down in the volume. Like I tend to not care about the other stuff because you have a level 2 up, so like I can always find the price. Go back to my today in play. I still have an upgrades and downgrades one when I had to do that list.
All right, let's see the screen then, Fabian. There it is, ask and you shall receive. What a great team we do have here. There it goes. Yeah, that's pretty cool. There's, I think even on Netflix, there's even Christmas-related ones. And yeah, all of a sudden it's getting a little warm in here. I like that. Maybe that's the thing you don't know about our TV. It's like it's actually emits. Yeah, so if you put on snow, it'll get cold. If you put on flames, it will get hot.
Oh, who's giving out the memberships here? Farm Trader. Thank you shout out to Farm Trader. Sent 10 Trader TV Live gift memberships. I believe also KC526 also gave out some memberships as well.
Do not.
So appreciate you. Did you get any? It's not working.
I just want to tell everyone Merry Christmas.
Hold on a second.
Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays, everyone. Take care.
There it is. Thanks. There it is. Oh boy. You should have thrown an oh boy in. Give him one.
Oh boy.
Now I just have to fix my mic, everybody. You have to watch me fix that.
Do you have a pinned comment on your chat?
Yeah, he does. It's your chat. It's always wrong for some reason.
Yeah, it was probably because you set it up.
Yeah, that's the middle one.
Okay.
Come on, man.
All right, get out of here, Ramin.
Favor.
Look, my thing's not even loading, Ramin.
That's not my problem.
It is your problem, actually.
You're chaos one.
All right, so yeah.
Pinned comment?
Huh?
I didn't personally. They did.
He doesn't have a pinned comment either.
What are you talking about?
Ramin.
This.
It's right there.
Watch
Bro,
this.
put some hair on you.
Watch.
Let's see what happens. Bring it down.
Tell everyone to go watch it.
Everybody go watch this.
Yeah. They have to
Why is
hear
the
it.
quality so bad?
Oh,
Oh,
man.
what is that? What is this?
No, but in all honesty, why is the quality of this video
This is
so
why
bad
ours
on my
was
PC?
Yeah, that's why. Yeah, that must be
Looks
why.
like a fantastic video.
Can you listen to it?
There's no other
Right
reason.
now I
Ramin.
could, but I'm not right now. Should I be listening to it? I can listen to it by doing this. I don't want to do that. I want to go back.
Oh.
There we go.
Sean, what are you
Tell
doing back
everyone
there?
to go watch it right now.
Everybody, check it out. Click the link that is
Please
pinned
go find that
into the
ASAP.
chat right now, and you can get
Yeah,
this
Ramin did you dirty
fun. It's
over
actually
there.
pretty darn.
I don't want to say anything, you know.
I'm jamming to it myself right now.
All right, so yeah, that was
Damn.
CNI, so there's apparently some good songs. I don't know why my chat doesn't show anything there, but we do want to thank Farm Trader for the big super chats again. 10 memberships. Thank you so much to Farm Trader, as it's now 12:55. So yeah, Asta is still going. We have Ford. We can see if Ford does anything at the end of the day here. Not sure what's going to happen with that trade. Nah, I don't think anything's going to happen there. Oh, you know, we didn't look at Tesla. Tesla was a mover early, went down to 480 for some reason, got down to 477. We'll get rid of this. There's nothing happening over here. Go over there. Tesla went down to 477 there. Like, it did not catch a bid until midday or so, like 10:30. Then 10:30 midday will be midday today. But there it goes, starting to get a nice little rally into the close there as the NASDAQ. Congratulations for another big day on the NASDAQ, as that goes to 25.8 and just keeps on ticking higher here into the close of Christmas Eve. We are not on tomorrow.
Obviously.
Thankfully, yeah, tomorrow we are off. And then we do back with a lot of action on Boxing Day. And then we're here and then January 1st. Is January 1st? I don't even know what day that is.
The holiday. It's the middle of the week. New Year's is at the middle of the week, which is a kind of always not the best timing. So
Yeah, there it is. January is a Thursday.
Yeah, the Wednesday is New Year's Eve.
Oh, yeah, it's always the same day as Christmas, right? So the next day after. So there it is, Thursday, right there, the 1st, we're off. And then
Worst timing possible.
Friday the 2nd?
Yeah, because you have New Year's holiday on a Thursday, and then you go back for one day.
Yeah.
Right? And
Well, it doesn't work out good this time.
no, it doesn't work at the best. But
Next year, if it ever is on a Friday or a Monday, then you're pretty golden there. But all right, only 3 minutes to go. Is Friday a full day? Yes, man. There's no more half days. Like we have, what is it? Not President's Day, Jimmy Carter Day. Is that in January? There's one there that's
President's Day. The next holiday you get President's Day.
Oh, Jimmy Carter was because he passed. There was that.
Yeah, so we had 2 last year, but it is just President's Day.
Okay, right. So it's President's Day. So that'll be a full day off, and then New Year's Eve, believe it or not, is a complete full day.
Aren't the only half days are New Year's Eve, sorry, Christmas Eve, Black Friday is a half day, and that's it. There's 3. What's the third one?
Yeah, so it's the one before Independence Day, so it's July 3rd.
July 3rd.
Yes.
I always forget one.
Yeah.
You would think, well, the crazy thing about it is you would think trading over 20 years and observing U.S. holidays and those half days that I would have it memorized by now. But I don't.
You would think, Neil, yeah.
I don't.
Those memory pills go.
Only two minutes to go, actually.
Yeah, it's been a good one. Sia doesn't have a mic. No, she doesn't. Okay. Epic fail. All right, Joe, how's that rum going down over there? We're almost done over here.
Over.
Same.
That's it, man. I'm waiting for you guys till after, because what happens off screen. You talking, man.
What happens off screen is I rush home because I got to get up north.
Yeah, rush.
Like right quick, unfortunately. Well, fortunately, but I can't stick around because, we're responsible for dinner tonight, so we're going to be booking it responsibly.
Responsible. It's taco night for tacos. Apparently.
My in-laws,
Mexican
every
Christmas.
get-together, if there's any family get-together, there's always one meal that is taco. They're all, yeah, it's always one. It's also a very simple thing. Like, they're all about like the Christmas dinner is the more involved, and then the Christmas Eve is the one that's really simple. So thankfully we get a simple meal, but I kind of wish we had gotten like lunch tomorrow or something instead of rushing up and then having
Disrespect is crazy.
Up. You don't want to see us.
We didn't even crack half the bottle.
We almost did half. How much is left in that bottle? There's what, 6 or 7 drinks, right?
Yeah, that's not bad.
There we go.
Pretty good. That's what you're supposed to do.
Yeah.
Ooh.
No,
You just said Joe went all out pouring and
those bottles, that's not a 26er. That's like
Yeah, it is.
Is it?
Yeah, it's 750.
not that
750
much.
mils.
Yeah.
So okay, so if everybody had an ounce and a half, you know, that bottle's about half done. Yeah, that makes sense. Okay, with only
Well,
10
the market's done.
Yeah, with only 10 seconds left right now. Thanks everybody again for watching. I think
where'd
it's
the
been a
countdown
great.
go?
I don't know. Ramin's not focused over there. All right, so here we go. The countdown is now on.
Well, it's
3,
a little late now.
2, 1. The market is now closed. So we will. I don't think we can stop this. Brought to you by OJ. We cannot stop this from happening. 2, 1. All right.
Oops.
Santa got stuck in the chimney there. All right, yo, what's up, Joe? See ya. Thank you so much. Adara, great show, great shirt over there. Neil, yeah, drive carefully and happy birthday. You're not going to be here on the 26th, so
Is that the one that you do? You don't like this one?
there's the inverted one. Yeah, there's 2 different kinds.
Yeah,
No,
that
it's
one's
just,
way
I
better.
do that one.
Okay,
The other one's-
Ramin, Adara, you're not paying attention. Form your heart. How do you do your heart? How do you do your
I
heart?
wish I had more of a heart.
No.
I'm with Adara.
That's not what we're doing. That's not what we're doing. Adara, how do you do your heart? Form your heart.
Real
This
one.
is it. Oh, Ramin knows what's going on right there.
No, Adara had it right the first time. Cheers, everybody.
Cheers, everybody.
Adara's a real one. She's like, do the heart. Nope, this is what I'm talking about right now.
Joe,
I can't hear you. I'm focused.
Adara's still doing graphics, okay? So we'll have to.
She's still working?
All right, thank you for all the Christmas gifts today. It was an absolutely fantastic day. Thanks to Obi and everybody for their gifts. Adara brought all those donuts, everything. Absolutely fantastic. Thank you, Adara, for that. Thank you, Joe, for the lottery tickets, which I think Ramin wound up winning. So what a surprise on that. Oh, Fabian got $3. Okay.
$3.
All right, good. All right, thank you so much. Look, we're back on Boxing Day, so December the 26th at 8 a.m. All right, Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
Yeah, travel well, and we'll see everybody. See you, Joe. See you, Ramin. See you, Adara. See everybody. And thank you, Trader TV family. Be safe.
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas. Bye.